Hey everybody, hey everybody, hey everybody. Welcome in. Happy Friday to you. I hope it's been a good week, and this is a nice little way to kick off your weekend. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it, whether you're watching live or you're watching later on YouTube. I'm glad you're here. If you're new here, these are all member requested videos, of course, and you can certainly request your own videos and literally guide the stream. That's the cool part of this. You can go to toddreacts.com, sign up for a season or series tier. Those two allow you to request videos every month, and we just kind of go where you want to take us, which is pretty sweet. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. I've definitely enjoyed it tremendously. It's been very fun. You never know what's next. It keeps you guessing. It's pretty awesome. So I hope you've enjoyed it. And while you're there, go ahead and check out the summer collection of merch available right now. 15% off for members who sign up. Ships worldwide, of course. Lots of great inclusive sizing, inclusive colors, all that good stuff to match your style. I'm currently wearing the graphic tee. There it is right there in a nice turquoise. There's the front, there's the back. And I am currently wearing the olive variety. There's the front, there's the back, as you can see. As you can see, there's many different sizes to choose from. If it's grayed out, that means it's currently out of stock and not available. Good news is they'll be back in stock before you know it. And there is a nice little size guide here for every item you need sizes for. That's wearable, I suppose. In inches and centimeters, so depending on, you know exactly which size to get. So check that out. Let's see here. Go back. There's many more items to peruse and look at. Obviously, all summer. It's thin. It's light. You know, the jacket is even thinner. It's a nice little bomber jacket that zips up, but it's a bit thinner, so it's not as heavy. All that good stuff. It is a lightweight jacket. Versatile streetwear, athletic, or semi-formal, and it'll keep you cool, but looking cool at the same time. And as always, check out the accessories. Those just get added to over time. Every time there's a collection that gets put out, they'll just be added to. These 6 items right here are all brand new to the store. So go ahead and check those out. I have this one right next to me here. Keep in mind, nice and cold water next to me. And it is the double wall tumbler, so it's got that vacuum layer in it, so it doesn't have that condensation on the outside. So you can have tons of ice cubes. You could fill this with ice cubes, and it's not going to have that condensation that makes your hand all wet, and it turns into like a slippery mess. It's pretty bad. I'm sure you've experienced that before. So this is a nice little summer treat, and it comes with the straw as well, and it's got the little thing on the bottom so the straw doesn't come out, which is handy, so you can take it with you. It's very nice. Very nice indeed. I use it literally every stream at this point. It's fantastic. So go ahead and check those out. Obviously, all the past ones as well. Currently next to me, I have the Rocks glass. Got a nice little energy drink in there to pick me up on a Friday afternoon, late afternoon at this point. And if you're watching via or why do I keep saying Oh, I just said Tumblr. Yes, this is a Tumblr. If you're watching via YouTube, that's what I was trying to say. If you're watching via YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're watching live on Twitch, go ahead and hit that subscribe button over on the YouTube channel as well. That way you'll be recommended in the algorithm every new video. And yeah, it's a nice, easy, free way to support the channel. I appreciate over 14,100 of you that have already hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. I appreciate it greatly. There's over 1,100 videos in the backlog, so you got a lot of content there for sure. Much more than a lot of other channels. I've been looking, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm off to like just a blaringly fast start on this thing. But go ahead and check it out. All the VODs from Twitch, all these streams end up there. And yeah, they have timestamps as well. So it's nice, easy, and handy. And of course, last but certainly not least, check out the Discord. Oh, I forgot I adjusted this last time. There we go. Let me move it over a little bit so it's centered. There's the Discord. Lots of great, wonderful people in there. I think we're over 240 something at this point. So go ahead and join today. Friends have been made. Conversations have been had. It's great. It's so much better than the YouTube comments or anything like that because you can add photos and links and videos and all that good stuff. It's pretty awesome. Hey, Phoebe, what's going on? The order today is going to be Drive to Survive, Motorheads, The Passenger, Zoey's playlist, and then we're going to end with AmazingPhil. That's kind of a preview there. I guess I could go over that right now. The Drive to Survive is going to be the Season 7 memes. The second video of the day is going to be Motorhead TikTok compilation. The third is The Passenger. It's a movie. It's going to be an edit from there. And then the fourth one is Zoey's playlist. It's going to be an edit. And then we're going to end with the AmazingPhil's The Wardrobe. The Wardrobe. It's a full video. So that'll be very interesting. This is from like yesteryear AmazingPhil. I could tell from the thumbnail. So I don't know what that's going to be like. The energy is probably going to be very high. I know YouTube has very high energy, or it did, certainly back then. So it's going to be a very energetic way to kick off the weekend for sure. So that'll be the order for today. Thanks for chatting in and joining. I appreciate it. And before we hop in, you could probably see it right there. There's a ton of moving boxes right here. There's like 30 of them. So I am in the process of moving, which is going to be, it's never fun. It's fun, but it's never fun. It's kind of that weird in-between of like, I might enjoy where I'm ending up, but the process of getting there can be very stress-inducing, right? It's always stress-inducing. You're like, did I forget anything? When do I pack this? Do I pack this early? Do I pack this late? How do I pack this? I don't want to get this like destroyed or scratched or whatever. It's just it's very interesting. Things are very heavy. You buy them, you get it to your apartment, home, whatever. And you're like, don't worry about it. Yeah, it's a little heavy, but no big deal. And then you go to move and you're like, oh, I don't know if I can pick that up. It's just one of those things. Oh my gosh. But before we hop in here today, it seems like there is a lot of unfortunate celebrity deaths happening currently. This one kind of hits me in my childhood. I actually grew up watching and consuming and buying merch and all that stuff. Like I was big into wrestling entertainment. I know it's called professional wrestling, but honestly, that label should probably be attached to actual wrestling. This is more showmanship wrestling. So I consider it wrestling entertainment. I was a big fan of the person who posted this, certainly The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Didn't know him as Dwayne Johnson back then. He was just The Rock. And certainly a fan of Hulk Hogan. Undertaker as well. Let's see, who else? Stone Cold Steve Austin was just always amazing. I don't know if I blame Stone Cold Steve Austin for my affinity for beer and my liking of it. He made it look so cool. He definitely did. Maybe that's not a good image to be giving children, but you know what? He just looks so cool slamming the beers over his head and then chugging, and you're just like, he's not drinking much of it, if at all. But it looked cool. It looked very cool. So yeah, The Rock actually posted this a couple hours ago. It's a nice little tribute to their big WrestleMania match. WrestleMania, if you're unfamiliar, is basically the World Cup or Super Bowl or World Series or I don't know what else, championship, basically, of wrestling entertainment. And it was just amazing. I remember watching this, absolutely watching this and loving it. It was amazing. So these two were definitely two of the biggest names at a certain point in history. Obviously, Hulk Hogan for literally most of WWE. Back then, it was WWF. For most of its history, was the name. The name. And it was just a beautifully written letter. Truly nice. He basically, Hulk Hogan, this match was him passing the torch to The Rock so he could kind of carry on the legacy and continue to be like the face of it. But yeah, he did a really beautiful letter to him. It's very nice, very heartfelt. Here's how much I was into it. I literally had this doll when I was a child. And the beauty of it was, yes, this is Hollywood Hogan. He went through different phases and whatnot, different characters of it. But the beauty of this doll was the fact that it had sound to it. So if you picked up its leg, it would go, hey, let go of my leg. Or if you like hit its chest, it would go, oh, like it had like area specific like Hulk Hogan recordings in it. It was very fascinating at the time. I absolutely love this thing. Unfortunately, I did eventually like beat it into a pulp where it just stopped working. It's just is what it is, I suppose, But I enjoyed the heck out of it. I loved it. Definitely great memories from my childhood. And certainly what he's known for probably the most is these matches that he would have with Andre the Giant, which if you're unfamiliar with Andre was a literal giant. He was bigger than life. Like there's a photo of Andre. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. So basically they fought at a bunch of different WrestleManias. WrestleMania 3 was the big one. It's the most widely cited as one of the most important in wrestling history. The impressive part was Hulk Hogan literally picking up Andre the Giant. Obviously in wrestling, you kind of jump up to kind of give him some leverage and they just kind of guide him down. But still, Andre the Giant was a very heavy man. So seeing that was impressive. And I think Hulk actually got quite a bit of issues medically from that instance. There's a photo of him holding yes, this is it. This is a photo of Andre the Giant holding a regular 12-ounce beer can in his hand. That is a normal beer, not like a tiny can. That is not a tiny, minuscule can, a miniature can. That is an actual can of beer. And you can compare it to the other gentleman's hand across from him there. That is insane. It's one of my favorite photos of all time. Like, he literally makes that normal can of beer look like the tiniest little thing ever. It's so crazy. Oh my gosh. It's just incredible. Here's him covering another man's face with his entire hand. Like, it's just, he was a big dude. A very, very big dude. So to see Hulk Hogan, to see him like pick him up and drop him was huge. Huge. But yeah, there goes another piece of my childhood. Ozzy Osbourne was a little earlier this week, a couple days ago. Oh, it just seems like, it's just a part of getting older, right? You start to see people fall off that were big parts of your childhood. Obviously, I don't think Ozzy was as big of a part of my childhood. I did listen to some Black Sabbath and Ozzy songs, but it wasn't constant. Like, I wasn't constant. I was watching wrestling entertainment all the time. Video games, merch, all that stuff. I eventually stopped participating in it, but boy, was that a huge part of my childhood and my memories. So I cherish those moments. He was quite the actor, quite the personality. But Yeah, there goes another one. Jeez. All right. Let's dive in. Let's turn that momentum into something beautiful. Drive to Survive Season 7, but only the memes. Only the memes. It's been very interesting getting this kind of in-depth education into Formula One and kind of being not even reintroduced to it, just introduced to it, period. Like, it's something that I've not dove into a lot. Maybe I watched a little bit of a race when I was younger, or maybe I watched a full race. I'm not exactly sure. I think I only really remember bits and pieces. It's not something I ever sought out. It's not something I ever heard about much on ESPN growing up. So it really is kind of a first-time dive into this stuff, and it's been very interesting. The last one we reacted to was Gen Z involved, you know, kind of changing it a little bit and making it a little bit more approachable and stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff I like. I'm sure there's some diehards that don't like it, but hey, changing of the times, all that stuff. I think it's good that more people are approaching it and are interested in approaching it. You know, I don't want to say it was exclusionary, but it felt like you couldn't approach it. It was less welcoming, is what I remember. Maybe that was just me. Who knows? That might have been just me. But now it seems a little bit more approachable. So excited to see what these memes are for Season 7, Drive to Survive. Let's go.
I mean, we used to sit next to each other in the tub.
Ah, yeah.
Maybe tickling the bum hole a little bit.
Sorry, but I had my eye. Are you using that already? I'm sure for tears. Like he was crying. It's really good with the silver and the
It looks
green.
like two cars split in half and put together. It's just the truth. I can't help it. Like, I have to.
So why don't we do a Lewis edition?
Yeah.
We choose a race.
And then we'll bring it next year, so when we're ahead of you, you can look at it from a really good view of it.
I want to give this to you.
A chili.
For post-teammate era.
Well, come on, you're only starting the season.
Oh, dude, it's so.
Some people say I look like an Australian construction worker.
All right, just look like all my friends.
Is this an upgrade to the mullet?
It is upgrade. The golden mullet.
The Bottas 2.0. Good for Lewis. Good for his bank account too.
I like the humor. It's very funny.
Zach is a prick.
Sorry?
What do you work in Mercedes?
I do marketing.
I don't know if we have to do that.
Yeah, he definitely markets it for sure. That's funny.
I have no idea what it's like to win a Formula One race, because I've never done it.
He's all slipping away for the British driver.
Critical difference between Max and Lando. Max has a complete fuck you mentality.
Well,
Don't give me that bullshit now. You guys give me the fucking strategy, okay?
I will say this. A lot of people that are very good at their sport or whatever they're into do typically have that kind of mentality to them. It's just an unfortunate reality. They're just all about it all the time. Sometimes, you know, off the clock, they can be very personable, but boy, when the race starts or the game starts or match starts, whatever, they just turn into this completely different person.
And that's not Lando.
Zach told me he had the best driver lineup. Was he right?
No. I don't know what you're smoking.
I fucked up.
Max there again, bastard. Where's fucking Max?
Where did the Lando no-wins thing come from?
Lando no wins? I didn't even know this was a nickname. It's the worst nickname ever.
That's pretty bad.
The Lando no wins probably came from I don't know. Lando, no wins. I think that's a little bit harsh. Yeah.
Fuck, it's warm in here.
I woke up and someone sent me a photo of you with all that toilet paper around your face. I was like, what is going on?
You've got a party boy reputation. Is that fair?
To be fair, there's many other people there.
No.
Glad to see you win.
And they need Max to slip on a banana peel for that to happen.
Oh.
Get that on camera.
Almost biffed it. That would have been bad.
When you're leading and you're in that position, then your mind starts to play games. Lando, no wins. No wins.
Fernando?
What a terrible nickname.
We're back. How many cameras you got?
5.
Really? I mean, with Lewis leaving,
5.
I think my initial reaction was like, blimey.
Surely it's not a professional.
It was probably his race to lose, and he did.
Toto, if he does want a Verstappen for next year, then I guess Jos is potentially available.
It was his race to lose. Job well done. He did it. Jeez.
Famous room. I think you're the youngest person ever in that chair.
Am I?
Ciao.
We've organized that WhatsApp call to break the news that you're a Mercedes Formula 1 driver next year.
Fun, Dan, make them laugh.
Where's
Oh,
Lewis?
wow. That'd be a good call to be on.
That was a good one. You thought about that for a month.
What's the story behind this?
You'd probably have a hint.
Where's Lewis?
He's not here.
Okay. Okay, I just got it now.
Charles is being the paddock slut.
I was going to say Prince Charming.
No, but you know what I mean? Like,
everyone loves Spanish, so probably why.
Yeah, it's getting a bit tedious.
Will we see Joe in Formula 1 next year?
Good question. Ask Carlos. Be quick making decisions.
You've got very good hair, actually.
It's very kind. I'm James Fowles, and I'm the team principal for Williams Racing.
Nailed it.
That's what I do.
Sauber have got some billionaire sponsors this year, which have given the team 2 names. What's it? Kickstake? Steak Sauber Kick F1 team. Yeah. Okay.
Fox? Yeah, copy that. Is there a problem? Oh, I see.
James. The Reverend Fowles.
Oh, Kick's got its own thing now?
Beloved.
Jeez.
We're here today to join in holy matrimony. Carlos Sainz and Williams Racing.
Signing a driver has some similarities to dating. You start with text, and then it has dinner involved in it, and then it ends up in a hotel room.
That's good. That's good.
How well have Alpine performed this season?
Shit.
Oh. All right.
Ça passe pas. Solde insuffisant.
That's embarrassing.
No.
He's not cursed. Charles is not cursed in Monaco. Just very unfortunate.
If he wants, though, I can always take him
It's
to the
embarrassing. I always feel embarrassed if that. It happened once to me.
felt so good.
I forgot to pay off the credit card after a vacation, which it was just completely full at that point.
Yeah.
Alors, nager, c'est un bien grand mot. On va plus comparer à un cachalot qu'à un...
I think it was something cheap too, so I'm like, ooh.
I don't know what to say. I don't think we did a good enough job with our decisions.
And then what happens? Budapest. How long's this episode?
And they didn't make such good food, it would be quite intimidating.
Is this season 7?
Yeah,
We're coming out of it, all right?
always.
You're not portraying me as the villain this year?
When's that ever happened?
Seasons 1 to 6.
Are you happy to play number 2 to Lando?
No.
I saw that before.
It was a balls up, and Ferrari have just spiced it up completely for us.
two types of races here, either really boring or absolute chaos. Which one do you think it will be?
The big shock in qualifying. Lando Norris, 15th on the grid.
So he'll give us more points as a constructor. That's how we work as a team. But I'm taking full credit. It's past midnight. What's this? Netflix.
Suck my
Max?
balls. This is George, everyone.
Hi guys.
Is this for the personal collection or is this Netflix?
This is for my private collection.
Yeah. And don't give a feet on the show, please.
Hello, I'm Alex Albon. I race for Williams Racing.
It's now on
I'm
Wiki
28 years
Feed.
old. Am I 28?
You're 28.
Hello, I'm Alex Albon. I'm Landon Norris. I'm 24 years old. I just got this bit of freaking hair. Do you have a hat I can wear?
Hair looks fine. Look at me.
Fine. I won't do the I won't do the interview.
You know what's funny about that? I've done that a lot. I'm sure a lot of us do that. You're not very used to calculating birthdays and thinking about how old you are, and well, hopefully not. But forever in a day, I'm like, how old am I? I'm like asking myself, like, oh yeah, I just turned, yeah. Constantly.
Perfect. Charles is a good-looking guy. I've got the best hair, but he's the best looking. I mean, the guy plays piano.
So I heard they mic'd up your girlfriend. And? You're becoming a Kardashian?
We are the Kardashians of Formula.
Look at this guy. I just woke up. Not the Sunday we wanted. Leaves a sour taste in my mouth, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm talking like I'm a YouTuber.
What about higher up? Just go a less hairy a bit up top. Is that okay?
Yeah.
The range of options for him are so extreme. He could either find himself Red Bull racing seat or back to the farm in Perth.
I don't think this is my suit. This feels so tight. No way.
Daniel is an absolute character. I have enjoyed.
You didn't ask me how do you feel getting
I have
sacked, you know, it's
enjoyed.
like, you know, how did you feel?
How did you feel about
I couldn't give a fuck.
It's got to survive.
I've absolutely enjoyed getting to know Daniel over these couple
I
months.
think I have banana milk around my mouth. Action.
It's crazy how young some of these are.
The decision maybe
Wild.
not make happy everybody, but you need doing.
We have a shock move by Alpine ahead of the final race of the season. Esteban Ocon has been axed, clearing the path for rookie racer Jack Doohan.
Action.
On the greatest stage on Earth.
A fight the city has never seen.
Mistakes could be not more costly. Could not be more costly. Okay? Mistakes could be.
Serious. You're on Netflix.
Line.
Such an idiot.
Line.
Hey guys. Norris.
He was doing pretty well,
My name's Phil
honestly.
Russell.
He just
I
switched
know.
two words.
Clearly a big F1 fan, that guy.
final interview together?
Final one. Thanks. No, I can't say it.
So next year,
Security trying to
I'll
hold
be
him up.
driving for
Who are you?
what is the old name?
Say it's AMG Petronas Formula 1 team.
Okay.
That's how you know you're new.
Does it make you cry?
No.
You're either new or they're just changing the name constantly. Constantly. We used to sit next to each other in the tub. What a duo these two are. What an absolute duo. Amazing video. Very funny. I do like the fact that they're very candid in a lot of this. It's you know, how would you describe Alpine season? Shit. That's great. I do marketing. What a funny quote there. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some love. Check out the channel as well. They might have other videos you might be interested in. And for those of you watching live, there is the link. Make it nice and easy for you. Let's pull up some information on Formula One and a little bit more into Drive to Survive, excuse me. He works for Alpine too? That's so funny. That is a level of truth and honesty that rarely is seen. Rarely. What's going on, Chloe? Now, this is some information brought to us by Chloe. Shout out to Chloe. Thank you for that. Formula One episode recaps, photos at the bottom. Love it. Drive to Survive is a docu-series that began in 2019 that included 10 episodes covering the 2018 season. Show was a smash hit, not surprising at all, and has continued to release 10-episode seasons at the start of each of the years since. It offers an inside look into the world of Formula One, mostly showcasing the drama, rivalries, and personal stories of drivers and teams. It's amazing. That is truly amazing. It gives you such an inside look into something that just really hasn't been there much. I know the NFL kind of does something like that with, oh gosh, what is it called? HBO does it. It's like a docuseries, kind of like this, where it's all the preseason like workouts and camps and stuff like that. I completely am blanking on it right now. But pretty much the same or similar. Season 7, which aired in March of this year, covered the narratives that played out through the 24 season. What did Season 7 cover? Some memorable episodes. Episode 2, Frenemies. The second episode focuses on the rivalry between Max Verstappen and Lando Norris, portraying Max as a cold-hearted killer, while showing Lando as more insecure, always being second to Max. Covers Lando's first win in Miami, Mr. No-Wins himself. He's bye-bye to that nickname. After 6 years in Formula One, finally breaking his record for most podiums without a win and shaking off the nickname Lando No-Wins. Oh my gosh, that is brutal. That is such a brutal thing. That can either drive you to win or that could drive you to destroy you, depending on your mentality. Like, that could absolutely wreck some people. The rivalry comes to a head at the Austrian GP, where during the battle for first, they made contact, ruining both of their races. Wow. That's pretty amazing. That's awesome. After 6 years to finally get a win, that's got to feel so good. So good. The problem with winning is that now you're thinking about the next one. When's the next one? Is it going to be another 6 years, or is it going to be, So it's kind of a double-edged sword, but it does get that first one off your back. So you're like, oh, I've done this before. I've been here before. I've enjoyed it. Episode 5, Le Curse of Leclerc. Charles Leclerc wants nothing more than to win his home race in Monaco, hoping 2024 is the year he finally does it. Delves into the belief Charles is cursed, having many times where he looked like he could win it, only to never finish on the podium thanks to car failures, crashes, and miscommunication. The episode covers his emotional journey and victory at the 24 Monaco GP and how important it was they finally won this race, not only for himself, but for his late father, who passed the year before Charles joined F1. That is emotional city right there. Ooh. Charles tells the story of how when his father was ill, he lied and told him he'd signed an F1 contract despite the fact he hadn't yet. Top comment on this Reddit post has a transcript of the commentary when he won. Oh my gosh. His career was finished without the intervention of the late Jules Bianchi, who said to Ferrari, you've got to take this guy. You've got to make sure he gets to Formula One. And what a gift that was to give. In 2017, Charles Leclerc lost his father, and in his final days, he told his father a white lie, that he'd made it to Formula One, that he'd signed the contract. It wasn't true, but his driving has made it true now. And look what he's done with the opportunity. The grandstands he saw built as a kid growing up now rise for him, and for the first time in 93 years, the fabled race was won by one of their own. Charles Leclerc wins the Monaco Grand Prix to achieve his dream. Wow. That is a little white lie, but I understand why he did it. I understand it. I totally understand it. It's beautiful. Obviously, Jules there with quite the assist. Wow. What a great moment. Episode 6, Wheels of Fortune. Despite having the best car and two of the best drivers, McLaren's strategy keeps costing them. The problem starts at the Hungarian GP, where Oscar Piastri is leading, but McLaren, through bad pit strategy, swaps the drivers, putting Lando Norris in the lead. McLaren then had to beg Lando over the radio to give the lead back to Oscar, which he did towards the very end, souring Oscar's first win to the point he apologized on the radio. That is crazy. Oh my gosh. That reminds me so much of Ford versus Ferrari, that movie about the McLaren, where he had to, literally on the radio, they were just like, you need to lose. You need to let him pass you. And it's just like, oh my gosh. Asking anyone to give up a win and first place is crazy to me. I can't believe this happens in real life. That's nuts. It gets worse again when at the Italian GP, Oscar catches Lando off guard to overtake him for the lead and sends Lando back to third, ruining McLaren's strategy. McLaren comes out of Italy and goes to Azerbaijan, deciding to officially favor Lando over Oscar, and people are not impressed, as Oscar is starting to convince everyone he is the driver with the higher potential. The episode ends at the Azerbaijan GP, where Oscar satisfyingly wins the race despite just having been labeled as the second driver. Oh yeah, that comment. How do you feel being number 2 to Lando? Not great. Well, you know what? You just got to win. Just got to win. Although this little moment of begging Lando to give the lead back is just so cringe. So cringe. Oh my God. And the fact that they know that those are public, like, radio calls, like, good grief. Episode 7, In the Heat of the Night, completely different in format. Netflix gave 5 drivers cameras to film during the difficult Singapore GP weekend, offering a nice slice of life. That's actually really cool. Oh yeah, that must have been where that was from, where he's like, I'm sounding like a YouTuber. It shows Alex Albon's popularity in Singapore, as he is Thai, Lando's discomfort towards press and cameras, Pierre Gasly's habit for being late, and drivers. That's so funny that an F1 driver would be late to something, or just always late. That's so funny. It was their fault. Lando was leading to Oscar, was going to comfortably win. It's still cringe. It's still weird. I know, but it's, oh gosh. Could you imagine having to be the person to say that over the radio? Hey, bud. Look, we screwed up and we're going to need you to kind of let off the gas a little bit. Like that. Ugh. Feeling overheated, exhausted, and disappointed. Most memorable part was George Russell has a panic attack, highlighting just how intense F1 is. Oh boy. That's brutal. I would, honestly, I bet a lot of people would have a panic attack being behind the wheel of one of those. Episode 8, I definitely would, for sure. Episode 8, Elbows Out. If Drive to Survive loves one thing, it's Daniel Ricciardo. Yeah, it's not surprising. The dude was made to be in front of a camera. And this episode is his final hurrah. Once again, Red Bull is facing a predicament when its drivers in both teams. Sergio Perez has completely lost his form. Daniel is starting to fold in on himself. Liam Lawson desperately wants a seat. And Yuki Tsunoda is once again completely forgotten. After rumors that Daniel would replace Sergio and that Liam would replace Daniel had been circulating, it was a shock when it was Daniel who was dropped. Things only got more confusing when Sergio also ended up being dropped after the season, Liam practically ending 2 veterans' careers. The episode shows the sad reality of both Sergio and Daniel, drivers who have been in F1 over 10 years, and how sad and worn down they've become driving for Red Bull. Yikes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's brutal. Whenever I think of this, I always think back to a scene in Moneyball when Brad Pitt is coaching Brad Pitt's character, Billy Bean, is coaching Jonah Hill's character how to tell baseball players that they're being fired, basically. They're being let go or traded. He goes, you know, it's not personal. It's strictly business. They're adults. You just tell them what's happening, and then that's it. So he invites them in to the room and is just like, hey, we're going a separate way. We're bringing this other person in. If you need anything, let us know. Have a good one. It's literally that quick. So it's I just assume it's very much like that in other sports where it's just cut and dry. Hey, we're going to go a different direction. Appreciate all your work. Bye-bye kind of thing. It's brutal. It is so brutal. It's not personal, it's business, but boy, is that business hurt. It hurts. And especially if you get like traded to a different team, where's their headquarters? Do you have to move everywhere? And your entire family gets uprooted. Like, it can get crazy. Some other stuff from other episodes. Carlos missed the Saudi Arabian GP to have his appendix removed. Wow. And then won the next race in Australia. Well, that is impressive. The recovery time on that. After 12 years and 6 championships, Lewis Hamilton left Mercedes to go to Ferrari. Wow. In Brazil, a wet weather race defined the championship when Lando started from first and Max from 17th. But after a generational drive, Max won and Lando finished 6th. Wow, to go from 17th to winning. That is impressive. Kimi, an 18-year-old Italian that Mercedes team boss had been preparing since he was 11, replaced Lewis Hamilton at Mercedes. The Constructors' Championship was won by McLaren, the first in 26 years. Max won the Drivers' Championship with 2 races to spare. What did I miss? What did it miss? Despite winning the Belgian Grand Prix in the show, George was actually disqualified for his car not meeting regulations. I'm assuming it's so difficult to make sure everything's like copacetic with rules. Because I'm assuming the rules are very, like, number one, cut and dry, but also extremely, like, minute details and stuff like that. Like, I just can't even imagine. Max and Lando had a big battle in Mexico that led to Max getting 20 seconds worth of penalties. Whoa. Oliver Biermann debuted for Ferrari and even finished 7th after Carlos had to sit out. He also did 2 other races for Haas, replacing Kevin in Baku and Brazil. Only his appearance in Brazil is mentioned. Max and George had beef towards the end of the year, and George said, quote, "People are letting him get away with murder." And Max claimed he lost all respect. Boy. What kind of murder is it? Williams driver Logan Sargent was replaced mid-season by Franco. At Daniel's last race, the rumor he was being dropped blew up during the weekend, yet Red Bull wouldn't make an official announcement. That's not surprising, honestly. They probably wanted to wait till after the race. Daniel only got told he was dropped the day of the race. Oh, boy. Leaving him to cry in the press, still unable to officially confirm his departure. Got told the day of the race. I don't know if I like that timing. Probably should have been told beforehand or immediately after, honestly. I like doing beforehand so you can like prepare yourself, right? You can prepare yourself, you can think of what to say to the press and everything like that after it's announced. And you get to enjoy the moment a little bit more. Yes, you're sad that you're being dropped, but also you can just kind of soak in maybe the last run. Oscar and Lando on the podium after Hungary. Charles with his late father and late godfather. That's awesome. That's really cool. 5 drivers given cameras. Oh, boy. I wonder how much they had to cut from those cameras. Photo of Daniel leaving the F1 paddock for the last time. Hey, he's got a smile on his face. That's good. Oscar's Baku win and Charles' Monaco win. That's got to feel so good. Winning in your home place, your birthplace. That's got to feel great. Oscar and Daniel's helmet swap at Daniel's last race. Oscar, as a fellow Australian, grew up a big fan. Daniel signed it. Keep flying that flag, you good thing. And has since joked the helmet swap is why Oscar is currently leading the championship. That's so funny. That's very funny. Oh, that's a nice tradition. That's a nice tradition. Helmet swap. Other sports do like jerseys or shoes even. I've seen shoes being swapped. It's just, kind of whatever. That's awesome. That's such a great story for Charles. Really wonderful. Obviously, the late Jules, asking them to bring him along, and also the fact that he was able to do it, and not only do it, but he won. I mean, that's awesome. So cool. So neat. Life sometimes has those moments. That's kind of the beauty of sports. It gives you stories. It gives you heartfelt Cinderella type stories where you can just kind of cling to and go, oh, that was life working out. Like that was meant to happen. It's a beautiful story. Good stuff. It's the beauty of sports. Obviously, there's a lot of not so beautiful things as well, but one of the keys of it, or one of the big things of it, is it does lend itself to many stories of this kind where it's just like, it's feel good. It's a good one. All right, let's move on to the next one. It is Motorheads TikToks because we need a season 2. Apparently, this is a show on Prime. I've never seen it before. I think I've seen some ads for it. Maybe. But let's go ahead and blow this up and move it over so we don't cut anything off. That should be the proper positioning. We will see. All right, Motorheads. TikToks because we need a season 2.
You're always right here inside of me. Heartbeat strong, never alone. In every beat we find a home.
I definitely know Ryan. Is he related to Ryan? He's got the same last name.
And so, but if you're looking for me, I'll be on the platform. Think I'm possibly sitting on a drop down because I'm a rider.
Move it over just a little bit.
There are two types of people in this world. Those that hit the brakes, and those that hit the gas. There's nothing wrong with either one. In fact, some people think that those that hit the brakes are smarter. The question you have to ask yourself is, which one are you?
I think it should be a blend of hitting the brakes and hitting the gas. Strategic is the best play. This is New York.
Signs, seek it out and ye shall find. Old, but I'm not that old. Young, but I'm not that bold. And I don't think the world is sold. I'm just doing what we're told. I feel something
I wonder if this is trying to cash in on the popularity of Fast and Furious. Because it's been a minute since we've had one of those movies. Obviously, they just announced that they'll be doing the last one, but...
I need to know if he's out there wishing he could come back to us.
We don't even know if he's alive.
Don't say that.
Kate, if you want to torture yourself with questions that'll never be answered, go for it.
Yeah, well, maybe I want to know who we are.
That was your dad's car.
I'm not supposed to ask any questions about him.
It's not him, Kate. It'll never be him.
The only time that I feel like I actually know what I'm doing is when I'm in Dad's car. I wonder if he knows what I look like.
Let it go. Nobody has to know who we are.
Well, maybe I want to know who we are.
Interesting.
We're the same age.
Yeah, but I came out first.
Twin bitches, twin bitches, twin bitches hopping off a jet ski. Yeah! Twin bitches, twin bitches, twin bitches hopping off a jet ski.
What an incredibly descriptive and niche song.
No. We're just next to each other.
It's right where I want to be.
All right, it might not be the Fast and Furious audience. I'm just saying. It's a little bit too romantic to capture that audience, I think. Maybe a few, but I don't know about the mass.
You said you wanted to be just friends. I like you. I like you more than that. Don't act surprised. I know you're not surprised.
I like you more than that, too. This is my spot. What do you do here? Nothing. Nothing. I sit here and do nothing. Everyone has a spot.
She looks like she was from...
This is my favorite place in Ironwood.
Tokyo
I
Drift.
think you found mine.
I think Jason gave me to hand it to you.
I was just showing her my favorite spot.
Where?
Right here. In this garage.
Came up with that logo yourself?
Do you like it?
Dude, when I get my bike running again, do you mind putting a design on my tank?
Yeah, totally, for sure. I got you. Normal people don't wake up this early.
Check it out, Zach.
Boy, Henry Ford was right.
1,400 pounds.
Cars definitely give you a certain sense of freedom.
You trying to sell me one?
Something about it. I don't know if you've ever done a road trip before, but
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
it's just,
Where are
it's
you going?
free. It's open road. It's, you know, going wherever you want.
Let's get to work.
It's very interesting.
And if you hear this song, then go and bend your back. Go and bend your knees, baby, shake it to the max. So DJ, please turn up the bass to the
feels like an eternity since I had you here with me, since I had to learn to be someone you don't know. To be with you in paradise, what I wouldn't sacrifice. Why'd you have to chase the light somewhere I can't go? As I walk this world alone.
So say we get this back on the road. Who's gonna race it?
Who's gonna race this one?
Drinks in the room, it's just us two. Drinks in the room, it's just us two, girl. Done the whole thing if you want to. Done the whole thing, show me you a big girl.
Oh crap, I forgot to mention I have a car now. Maybe I should go.
I'll go with you. I'll go with you.
To the dance?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, the garage can close for a night. It's fine. Why are you holding the wrench?
In case I need me to hand it to you.
Thanks, Marcel.
That's right!
It's adorable. It's adorable. It's got the need for speed. I barely enjoy traffic, so I can't even imagine going faster in traffic, like racing. Because that's what it is, really. Unless you get some sort of lead or you're way behind everybody. You're driving in traffic at very fast speeds.
Feel bad for me?
I don't feel bad for you. I feel bad for Brooke.
Picking your
Sure,
spots.
she was excited to hang out with you.
What makes you say that?
She's into you.
How do you know?
At White Knuckle Run, she asked Marcel and I if he liked anyone.
What'd you say?
Said I didn't know. She's cool.
Play matchmaker now?
No.
Oh, the awkwardness. Good grief. I was getting secondhand awkward there.
I could have died today, but I didn't care. I think a part of me wanted to crash at the side of that bridge just so I could feel something.
That's not good.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, the things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another tab. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place.
See my blood.
How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side. And now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
I talked to Zach alone.
That song is so goated at this point.
No,
Why not?
it feels inappropriate.
Oh, what, you think we're gonna make out or something?
Just go outside, find something to do.
Such a dad thing to say. Go outside and find something to do.
Matilda, you talk of the pain like it's all alright. I know that you feel like a piece of you's dead inside.
Did she not want me there?
You showed me a power that is strong enough to bring sun to the darkest days. It's none of my business, but it's just been on my mind. You can let it go. You can throw a party full of everyone you know. Not invite your family, cause they never showed you love. You don't have to be sorry.
Could I do that?
Curtis doesn't let anyone touch his bike.
You can do it.
A1 song choice there. Well done. Well played.
I'll go pack some things and come right back. This is gonna be great.
She didn't want him, did she?
We do.
Yeah.
When things aren't going so great, it'll be a place that makes
That's a
you
nice
feel safe.
moment.
A place where you can just go and do nothing.
It might be a dysfunctional family, but we're family, all right? Literally the story of Fast and Furious. We're family.
How about you make me get off? Okay.
Okay. Mission accomplished. This definitely counts as a thirst trap.
Not enough, you ask me.
Ryan's one of those actors. He's in like such random stuff, but he's good. He's good. I remember I really saw him the first time in, oh gosh, what was that called? Breach. It's called Breach. I think it was about CIA. Really good.
So is that like a typical Ironwood party, or?
I don't know. That was my first real party since like 5th grade, so maybe.
You tell he's excited to be there. Just excited to be there. Invited.
No labor stuff, but I'm not installing that chain for free.
How much you want?
How about a ride?
Easy payment there.
Hey! We were just looking at pictures of the apartment in Brooklyn. You are going to love it.
I can't go.
To New York?
I'm sorry.
Ooh.
I'll go.
What?
Would you believe I've never been to New York?
I would believe that.
I'll go.
What?
I need a Brooklyn buddy.
That sounds like a bad sitcom. But a pretty fun winter break.
All right.
Hello. Hey, Marcel.
You miss all the shots you don't take.
You think any of these three can get behind the wheel of this thing?
She gon' keep me sober. Let me keep her closer. Probably like a soda. Sweeter than the champagne. Smoother than the Coltrane. Keep me from the Chardonnay. I'm just sipping one thing. She my cherry cola.
I'll be on my best behavior. Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Love you.
This is a socket wrench on a screwdriver.
Who is she? She's with Harris Bowers.
He likes you. He hates Harris. He had all that ammunition and he didn't use it. He broke up. Stop smiling.
Such mind games. I was pretty loud out there.
That was you? I was pretty loud out there.
That was you? You couldn't hear me.
How bad was Noah?
Did you?
Yeah.
I hope you don't get it.
Well, I hope you don't get it.
I went snowmobiling. We're not cool enough to be here. I went snowmobiling. We're not cool enough to be here.
You done eyeballing me and my girl?
Nope.
Nobody's eyeballing you.
Oh my gosh.
That was your dad's car.
Not supposed to ask any questions about him.
I probably don't have the answers anyway.
I think I would
Whenever they
like
break
the
up, he
dynamic
wins
of this
to me.
team.
And I fall for it every single time. I'm such an idiot.
No, you're not. I got table 6.
Thanks.
I'm actually a bit of a fan.
Oh, mine?
Of the story. Mystery.
Want my autograph?
Why do I think he's some like kid prodigy? And the pressure is just getting to him. Expectations, stuff like that. I'm kind of catching that vibe a little bit. Like everything kind of handed to you and you're just kind of not wanting to deal with it. Could be completely wrong, but that's kind of the vibes I'm getting.
I wrote this verse to tell her that I'm always by her side. I wrote this verse to tell her that the world's not perfect, but it's not that bad. If we got each other and that's all we have, I will be your brother and I'll hold your hand. You should know I'll be there for you. When the world's not perfect, when the world's not kind, if we have each other.
Did she not want me there?
She didn't want him, did she?
We do.
What if I'm far from home? Oh, brother, I will hear you call.
Maybe
Got your back.
Found family.
I'm not asking you to pump my ego. I'm telling you, I'm not ready.
Neither is the car.
At this point, that trope is basically becoming a trope of this channel. Found family. Seems like every show has that kind of aspect in it. Or maybe that's just kind of the reality of the current situation.
I lost tonight.
You raced. Against who?
I didn't get his name.
D-
Gold teeth.
Whose car did you race?
It was Ray Young's. At least it was before and during the race, but I lost it to the gold tooth guy.
So you lost Ray's car. Amazing, incredible. Good job, Zach. You know Logan said that Ray's someone you don't want to owe anything to?
Oh boy. What's his name? I don't know. He just happened to have gold teeth.
I've always wanted to go. I just never had anybody to go with.
Now you do.
We're the same age.
Yeah, but I came out first.
Ew. Technicalities.
It's okay.
I'll be on my best behavior. Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Love you.
This is my blood.
And, I ain't a boomer.
Yeah.
Gen X.
Whatever you say, boomer.
All right, that's not fair. Well, it's very obvious the father probably died racing. That's what I'm gathering here.
Oh, are you actually blaming Curtis for what happened?
He escalated things.
Well, hitting on that Harris guy's girlfriend probably didn't help either.
She's not wrong. That's why you brought me here? Trying to fix our friendship. It's never been temporary.
One thing's for sure, if you ever make it big or anything like that, you want to be able to trust the people around you. But then again,
We didn't make out.
that's not
We
saying
just
everybody
kissed.
that's around you when you're not there is going to stay the same way. It's very difficult to tell. It definitely helps to have that grounding force around you, though.
So let's settle this tonight. I know where your dad's car is.
Someone planning on racing this car?
You think any of these three can get behind the wheel of this thing?
Certain people are just made out for this. I think it was an interview or something like that. I can't remember who it was, but they were just like, I'll race anything. I'll race anything. Lawnmowers, cars. If I can get behind the wheel and figure out how to drive it, I'll race it. Some people are just like that. It's gotta feel good. Lando No Wins knows what that feels like. A little callback there.
Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Middle. Over, dude.
Ready to hear Dad's voice for the first time?
Car's lit up like Tron.
This car's gonna make us famous. You're gonna make this car famous.
There are people who forget what it's like to be 16 when they turn 17. I know these will all be stories someday, and our pictures will become old photographs. We'll all become somebody's mom or dad. But right now, these moments are not stories.
It's true. That is such a good point. Oh my gosh, that's a good point. Just looking back at pictures from a couple years ago, if there was any sort of like change in technology, like when I look at back in my high school photos, I go, oh my God, it seems like yesteryear. Things weren't as HD. So it's just like, wow, kind of ages it just a bit more than it probably is. But that was lovely. Absolutely lovely. Obviously, it's another kind of found family trope to it. I like it. It seems like a really interesting relationship dynamic, and obviously there's some romance in there, of course. But I like kind of the, Ryan's character being almost like a dad figure to these kids, and it's interesting. That's very interesting, and I'd love to see more of the racing and how does that impact? What are their goals? Are they trying to be... Well, obviously, I want to know more about the father and stuff like that. So that's kind of leaving me wanting more, which is perfect. Leaving me wanting more. It looks good. Not bad for a first season. I literally had never heard of this show. So, all right. Amazon Prime, doing something good, doing something well. Link down below in the video description for the original video. Go throw out some much deserved love. And also, here is the link to that video in the chat for those of you watching live. Let's pull up some information on Motorheads. Maybe we get some answers here. American coming-of-age drama, certainly. Premiered on Amazon Prime Video May 20th of this year. So it is not that old. Just about a month. A little over a month. Well, 2 months, excuse me. Ryan as Logan, a former NASCAR driver and an auto body shop owner. Okay. Samantha, ER nurse who moves back to her hometown with her teenage son and daughter. We got Zach, Samantha's son, reluctantly moves to Ironwood from Brooklyn, New York with his mother and twin sister. We got Caitlin, daughter and twin sister who loves fixing up cars. Curtis, young mechanic, Caitlin's love interest. Hello. And Marcel, a nerdy neighbor who befriends the twins. So you got 10 episodes on that first season. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Deacon is... I knew there was familial tie there. So Deacon is Ryan's real-life son. Oh, my gosh. He's got a son that old? What? Jeez. That's very interesting. So it runs about an hour-ish. All right. We'll read a little bit of the pilot just to kind of get a sense of it. Darren Bowders and Christian Maddox race in a street race for an undisclosed beat. Or bet. I don't know what they're going for there. Maddox easily wins and leaves. 17 years later, teenager twins, Caitlin and Zach, moved to Pennsylvania from Brooklyn with their mother. Ironwood is their mother's birthplace, and the twins ask her if she's ever jumped off the bridge entering the town, which she admits. Kate says that she will jump from the bridge too one day. They stay with Uncle Logan, a former NASCAR driver, now owner of a body shop. Logan's struggling to make ends meet and is forced to let some of his mechanics go. At school, Kate and Zach quickly meet with their lost father's legend. He was the best street racer in town until he mysteriously disappeared one day after a heist and a spectacular police chase. What? Boy, that is mysterious. Certainly. Zach befriends Marcel, an unpopular boy, and makes an enemy of the local street race champion, Harris, over Alicia, Harris's on and off girlfriend. All right. Meanwhile, Kate meets Curtis, a loner caught in the war between his father, the sheriff, and his criminal brother, Ray. At a party at Alicia's home, Harris throws Curtis's motorbike in a lake. Yikes. And Curtis steals Harris's Corvette. Boy, what a party. Which he had taken without his father knowing, and takes it to his brother's chop shop. Back from the party, the twins, Curtis and Marcel, decide to repair their father's Dodge Charger, the UNB 10, which Logan had been keeping in his garage for decades. Interesting. Very interesting. How Motorheads' family mystery elevates the coming-of-age street racing drama explained by stars. It really heavily reshapes the way you view almost everyone. It tells the story of a high school outsiders who find a sense of community, found family, through a shared love of street racing. The show is from creator John Norris, best known for his work on All-American, One Tree Hill, and the TV series Beauty and the Beast. What a weird combo. What a strange combo to go into a street racing show. That is interesting. Across 10 episodes, coming-of-age drama not only sees its young actors find themselves through high-octane racing, but also discover secretive truths about themselves and their families. Obviously, the disappearance of the father is very interesting. Okay, so Ryan was interviewed. Michael was interviewed. Cars represent romance and salvation in Motorheads. Cars were always going to be a big part of any show that centers around street racers, of course, right? Characters in Motorhead have a deeper connection with their vehicles than one might expect. Ryan said, quote, "Cars represent a lifelong love affair and romance for my character. From a very young age, it was an area of interest of his." He continued to explain the continued importance. Got into NASCAR, which was his dream to work in NASCAR as a top mechanic, so it's been his primary interest, focus, and hobby his whole life. It gives Zach a sense of being, which he's never really had before. Zach's mindset, quote, "Not to be corny, but I do feel like it's a sense of salvation. It's a sense of hope and like, wow, I can actually be something. Expect the past to be very present through flashbacks. Quote, it heavily reshapes the way you view almost everyone." Interesting. Appears to have a gripping present-day story to tell, but it's one upon which the past weighs heavy. Zach's father and his actions are a mystery to his children, and me, apparently. But that mystery is unraveled through flashbacks and revelations. Quote, it really heavily reshapes the way you view almost everyone in the story, said Ryan. And that's what I love about the show. We've all got a coming-of-age moments, and we've got the humor and heart, but there are also multiple mysteries going on. You get glimpses into how they unfold in the past, and the puzzle starts to come together by the end of our first season. All right, so that gives you kind of an idea of the first season arc. Start to get a little bit more answers to the mysteries. It's an incredibly bingeable series, and every episode ends with a cliffhanger. Okay. All right. It leads you in the right direction, so I hope that people are just going to watch this thing all in one go. All right. There you go. 10 hours. Wake up early, strap yourself in, get a nice snack, something to drink, take, bathroom breaks, of course, but just watch all 10 hours in a row. Dang. Ryan and Michael discuss the personalities of Logan and Zach, protecting families, multi-generational rivalries. Michael said, I think it's cool because there's a bigger parallel here. My father was also Harris's father's biggest challenger. Okay. All right, I see. I see where we're going here. That makes sense. It's a parallel, except it's a paradigm shift where my father was the legendary racer, and then Harris became the legendary racer. Now I'm coming back into town. I'm trying to work my way up to that level to surpass him and live up to my father's legacy too. Interesting. Okay. All right. Luckily for Zach, he does have allies on his journey to prove himself. One is his sister, Caitlin. So on his team, even when they're butting heads. That's funny. Another character is named Marcel. I think when Zach first meets Marcel, he thinks he's kind of a quirky dude. That's a nice way to put it, isn't it? He just kind of writes him off. But as the show goes along, he realizes how much heart Marcel has, how human he is, what kind of friend he is. And I think Zach hasn't really had that kind of camaraderie, at least in a long time, so he really appreciates it. When it comes to Logan, Ryan, Felipe is playing a character who is attempting to fix what may be unfixable. Quote, the town is struggling a bit. And I think part of Logan's coming back is trying to breathe new life into whatever small ways he can. Very cool. Very, very cool. Ryan continued to share why it's so important to Logan. Quote, I think he's always felt the loss of their father and wanted to make up for that. And it's as a paternal figure in that way, not just to them, but also to some of their other kids in town. Marcel has a rough home life, and it's clear that Logan has a soft spot for him. Yeah, that easily came across in the compilation. 11 best Motorheads couples and potential season 2 relationships ranked. 11? Good Lord. Curtis and Brooke. Nothing totally wrong with this pairing, and they certainly had their cute moments, but feel like placeholders for each other. Yeah, obviously, yes. Curtis can't fully commit since he has stronger feelings for Caitlin, which we saw. And Brooke seems more concerned with making Harris jealous than anything else. This pair is definitely better off as friends. Agreed. Harris and Brooke. Harris routinely goes to Brooke whenever he's on the outs with longtime girlfriend Alicia. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's, oh, gosh. Oh. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. That's what comes to mind there. He allows Brooke to hope that they might eventually be together, stringing her along and using her. There could be some sort of enemies to lovers dynamic here down the line, but honestly, it's too messy to fully ship. Absolutely. Ugh. Harris and Alicia are the one official couple that lasts for most of the season until Alicia finally breaks it off with them. Oh, spoilers. Despite the many toxic moments they had, they also shared some sweet ones. He admits that she makes him want to be a better person. Isn't that just admitting that you're not a good person? He thinks he's revealing himself a little bit. She's really the only one who Harris ever let his guard down around. We wouldn't seriously mind if they got back together down the line, as long as Harris works through his issues and stops, breaking it off and immediately going towards Brooke, apparently. Darren and Sam. While the teens take center stage in Motorhead, the parents have their own drama going on. Zach and Caitlin's mom, Sam, reconnects with her old high school classmate and Harris's dad, Darren. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's messy. That's messy. So Zach is trying to reclaim his dad's glory from Harris, who's now the best street racer in town. Meanwhile, his mom is reconnecting with Harris's dad. Oh gosh, that's brutal. That's brutal. We also find out that Darren had feelings for Sam back when she dated the twins' dad, Christian. Darren even challenged Christian to a race, betting that Christian would have to break up with her. Oh my gosh. Break up with her if he won. Good grief. Nothing ever came of it then, but now that Samantha knows the bet, we wouldn't mind seeing the underdog get the girl, but that is so weird. Imagine being rivals with your soon-to-be stepbrother. Caitlin and Kiara. One side of Season 1's love triangle is Caitlin and Kiara. We like the popular girl and outcast matchup. They seem to have a nice friendship, but there isn't much chemistry between them yet. It may just be because they haven't spent much time together, especially when compared to Caitlin and her other love interest, Curtis. Now that Kiara has come out to her parents and a few friends, it could develop into something more shippable in Season 2. Who knows? That might be wishful thinking. Zach and Alicia, we're torn about Zach. Okay, and Alicia. Almost the second Zach lays eyes on his locker buddy, he relentlessly pursues Alicia. Yeah, as we saw in that compilation, even knowing that she's nobody's looking at you or nobody's checking out you or whatever, that she's in a relationship with Harris, he's down bad. Oh boy, that's unfortunate, being down bad, which we always love to see, but we just don't think there's any fire there. Even if he doesn't realize it, we're guessing it was more about the chase and the competition than anything else. Zach and Brooke. Pairing is more of a long shot. They don't show any romantic feelings for each other in Season 1, but we think something may be there after the diner scene. When they're both waiting on tables, Harris sits down, but when Brooke explains that she wants to avoid him, Zach immediately jumps in to take Harris's... Oh, yeah, that's right. I'll take table 6. And he's this arch rival, mind you. Plus, we can always get behind friendships to lovers trope. That might be it. That might be the case here. That could definitely be it. Logan and Sam. This one's also a bit tricky considering Sam's past with Logan's brother, Christian. But there are hints that they might get together throughout the season. They have a natural chemistry for one. And when Alicia's dad outbids Sam for her old car at an auction, Logan trades his beloved Mustang to get it back. If that's not true love, we don't know what is. They ended Season 1 in a bit of a rocky place since Logan didn't tell Sam everything about what went down before Christian's disappearance. We needed them to smooth things over ASAP. Interesting. Yeah, you got to think that they'll find somebody for Logan, certainly. Harris and Caitlin. Now, this one is a real long shot of the bunch. Isn't a hint of romance between this duo, but we can envision them together easily. Harris needs someone who doesn't put up with BS, and who better do that than Caitlin, who has a little... Could you imagine? Oh, my gosh. Oh. Your twin... This is just wrong. Could you... No chance. No chance. His rival. Like, could you imagine Zach in this situation? Your twin sister starts dating your literal rival who you're trying to, beat or whatever, get on his level. Like, that is just brutal. Brutal. I hope this one doesn't happen. Oh, gosh. Oh, we could totally see them becoming an item at least once Harris's character development is kicked into gear. No. That's a no for me. I haven't even seen the show, and that is a solid no from me. Marcel and Brooke, sweet and dorky Marcel, and cool girl Brooke are giving strong Seth and Summer from the OC energy. Yes, absolutely. That is 100% it. They have one of the strongest friendships in the bunch, with a strong foundation after working at a diner together for so long. Brooke appears to see Marcel as strictly platonic, though we're willing to bet it's not the case for the latter. No. Now that Marcel is going to be roommates with Brooke in New York during her winter break, it's a perfect opportunity for Brooke to develop more romantic feelings. That's definitely playing the long strategy, moving to New York from Pennsylvania, which isn't super far, obviously. If you're unaware, it's not crazy far, but I'm assuming she knows that that is what he wants. Like, most people don't go, yeah, I'll move in with you. Why not? Just completely off the cuff. Like, yeah, I'll go to New York. Or, yeah, I'll go wherever. A couple towns over, state over, whatever. Yeah, why not? I got nothing else going on. Like, that is a big move. A big move. Curtis and Caitlin, I mean, this one's obvious. This is the Motorheads ship to trump them all, and we will die on that hill. From the get-go in season 1, Caitlin and Curtis are intrigued by each other. And even though they do kiss fairly often, well, that's easy. There you go. I think there's a little chemistry there. Do you? They build an unshakable bond as friends first while they work on repairing Christian's car. Caitlin finally decides to push her hesitations aside and acknowledge her feelings, culminating in a passionate kiss at the end of the season. Oh, well, there you go. Launching into season 2. Also, Curtis has a keep her name out of your mouth scene that made us swoon. We love a protective love interest. There you go. Zach and Alicia should be higher. They were my favorite. Okay. Caitlin, Kiara, or literally anyone else for me. Yeah, this one seems pretty obvious just from that TikTok compilation. But maybe it's a head fake, you know? Maybe the showrunner's like, I'm going to give you a little taste of this, but I got something cooking in the long run. So you never know. Never know. I just hope it's not Harris. That would be absolutely devastating to Zach. I'm putting myself in that situation. It would be devastating. Devastating. Motorhead's ending, Explain the Truth Behind Christian's Death, comes out. Okay. All right. We're going to get some answers here, folks. Prime Video's latest TV series ended with its episode 10, Redbirds. Filled with secrets. A town filled with secrets. Yeah. Zach develops a liking for a girl who's already involved with a rich guy. Bit of a class clash, if you will. The mystery that haunted Zach and Caitlin finally unravels, despite desperate to understand why their father vanished without a trace, which is wild. Siblings dive headfirst into the dark corners of the underground racing scene. What they uncover is both shocking and heartbreaking. Their father, Christian, had been caught up in a high-stakes street race that ended in disaster. For years, everyone believed he died that night. But the truth is far more complicated. Christian likely faked his death, not out of fear or guilt, but to shield his family from the dangerous world he has tangles in. Okay. All right. I get that. Yep. Got into some shady stuff. Not surprising. It is underground racing, after all. And faked to death to cut that off. Probably realized it was going a little too far, and he couldn't get out of it. It's understandable. Although, if this was like real shady people, they'd probably go after the family, honestly. There are some brutal organizations and, whatnot out there that would go after the family. So, lucked out, I suppose. As seen at the end of the Motorheads last episode. It was a painful choice, but one he made out of love to keep his children safe from a life he could no longer control. Very interesting. Huh. Really interesting. So the town used to think of street racing culture as a symbol of danger and threat, which has been reimagined as a community event that brings residents together. This change ensures camaraderie and pride. Logan's Auto Body Shop also becomes a hub for aspiring mechanics and racers. That's nice. Fascinating concept of a show. It's weird that the writer, well, the creator, I guess, and showrunner came from One Tree Hill and other things. Like, you see a little bit of it in there. Certainly he knows how to handle some coming of age, teen romance, all that stuff. But the story of like the shadiness and the mystery and street racing, like that is very different. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Cozy. Welcome, welcome. That Shia LaBeouf absolutely terrified me for a split second. I was like, where's that sound coming from? All right. I mean, that seems like a very good show. 10 episodes, so it's not much. If you really want to get into it, I would advise jumping in. And as Ryan, the star of it, or one of the stars, said, he just wants you to binge it. So 10 hours, basically, and you're in. Hopefully that season 2 comes fast. Haven't heard anything about, cancellations or anything like that. With Amazon Prime or Netflix or whatever, you're just kind of like cautiously optimistic you get a next season, because they are just, boom, they'll come with the chopping block real quick. And you're just like, what? Why? All right, let's kick off to the next one. It is The Passenger. Apparently it's a movie. I have no idea what to expect here. Literally no idea what to expect. So some of the comments are feeling real normal about this movie. I don't know what that is. It's probably an inside joke. Just watched the movie, rewatched it. To be able to watch this edit. Oh, okay. The edit's probably pretty good. Amazing work per usual. The angst. Oh boy. I don't know what to expect. But let me check to see if there's any subtitles needed for this. No, doesn't look like it. All right. We'll jump into this. Give it a shot. And then we'll obviously go over some information just to fill in some gaps, because I assume there's going to be a few gaps for sure. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Let me unmute it real quick. There we go.
There's something about you. There's something fixable. I mean, hell, when you were standing there, watching me, waiting for me to kill you.
This might be a little violent.
That was the
Just
only
a heads
thing
up.
I believe. But there's certain decisions that are bad decisions because it forces me to hurt you. You're gonna be a good boy, right, Randy?
The fuck did I say to you? What the fuck did I say to you? Bradley, I could have killed you 100 times by now. Will you get in the fucking car?
You're 20 years old, and you are already
Oh
more
my
pathetic
gosh.
than every person in this godforsaken town, and that bugs the living shit out of me.
Hey, where were you, buddy?
And what I really want to do
Came in guns a-blazing.
I'm not messing with anybody. I'm doing this for your own good. Shit. Fuck. Leave me, Rose. You say nothing good comes from never reacting. Well, how about never reacting at all? Do you think that's safer? Because it's not. Let me show you.
Shut the fuck up!
Take
Shut the fuck up! You don't know me! You don't know what the fuck I want!
I'm sorry. Fuck.
I am not getting caught on account of that fucking shit stain of an old man. Do you fucking understand me? See what happens when you do nothing?
I called the cops. You're still in charge, Benson. I was never in charge, Randy.
Oh, how is this gonna end? I was expecting something. It didn't happen, but boy, what the ever-loving heck just happened? Oh my gosh. The angst. Yeah, that's an accurate comment there. Whoa. So he's at a diner. Guy comes in blazing, just boom, boom, boom. And then all of a sudden he's basically kidnapped and just along for this weird ride. Oh my gosh. Go ahead and throw that some love. And let's look up some information on it. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some love. Check out the channel. They might have other angsty and wild edits that maybe you're into. There's the link in the chat for those of you watching live. Let's pull up some information on The Passenger. The Passenger, 2023 film. I have never heard of this. It came out 2 years ago. American thriller film. Jason Blum, Blum, I'm not exactly sure, serves as an executive producer through this Blumhouse, television banner. I didn't know they did television. Interesting. I've definitely seen quite a few Bloom or Blumhouse productions, for sure. They do a lot. Paranormal Activity franchise, that probably really launched them. Insidious franchise, Sinister, The Purge, Get Out, Halloween franchise from 2018 to 2022. You've probably seen a few of these. Megan, they just released a 2.0 of that. Five Nights at Freddy's, Speak No Evil. I saw that in theaters. That was an American remake of the original Dutch film. I thought it wasn't that great. Sounds like the original was much more interesting. Also produced Whiplash. Huh. Yeah. Wow. They've put out a lot of stuff. Some of it good, some of it not. Megan 2.0 did not do very well in the theaters. Didn't quite get the release that they wanted. Film was released digitally by MGM Plus to positive reviews. Randy, is a fast food worker in rural Louisiana who is slated to be promoted to manager, yet still submits to bullying by coworkers Chris and Jess. Okay. All right. So I'm seeing it a little bit. Passive, submits to bullying, even though he's going to be in charge of these people, managing these people. Maybe this is like a wake-up call kind of thing, kind of teaches him to take his life into his own hands, but in a much more, way more violent and destructive means. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Benson sees Randy being bullied and he attempts to intervene. After being threatened by Chris to not interfere, Benson then goes to his car to retrieve a double-barreled shotgun and ends everyone in the building except Randy. So I guess he's not getting promoted, basically. Randy reluctantly helps Benson clean the scene. Oh my gosh. They place the bodies in the freezer and then they close the restaurant early. Yeah, the restaurant's closed. Kitchen's closed. The duo drive to a nearby diner where Randy asks why Benson committed the spree. Benson's response is to insult their waitress, saying that she hasn't done anything remarkable in her life. Benson explains that he sees potential in Randy as someone who can achieve more, and says he thinks Randy is fixable, as we heard in the compilation there. Benson takes Randy to Benson's mother's house to give her some food and cigarettes. When Randy goes to get a phone for his disabled mother, upon her request, Benson pins Randy against a wall and rebukes his mother. We definitely saw that too. They return to Benson's car where Benson says he has to hurt Randy to make him learn and set up rules that he does only what is necessary for Randy. Boy, what a weird way to get life lessons. Oh, jeez. With Benson set on curing Randy of his indecisiveness, they head to a mall to talk to Randy's ex-girlfriend, Lisa, at her workplace because Randy never fully understood why his last relationship ended. Lisa explains that their breakup was due to Randy's apathy. Kind of a running theme here. At the parking lot, Randy then explains to Benson why his mother had him repeat second grade due to an incident with his former teacher, in which he flung an eraser into her eye in anger after feeling mistreated by her, and how it ruined both of their lives. She eventually lost her eye and was mocked by students and faculty for her disfigurement. Randy ended up suppressing his feelings throughout his life since then, due to the traumatic memory of his emotions harming others. Randy's submissive behavior is further shown by a brief phone call he has with his mother, where Benson concludes micromanages Randy after listening in. Benson then drives Randy to the school where Mrs. Beard, the teacher who lost her eye, to get her home address so Randy can reconcile his regret. Benson recognizes the vice principal as he's leaving the office and interacts with him briefly to confirm his identity. The principal was his former third-grade teacher. Benson then follows the principal outside, viciously beats him, but Randy stops the beating because of the rule Benson set for Randy. Oh my gosh. At the teacher's house, I don't even want to know what happens. It's probably not good. Randy learns that she does not blame him for the accident and that the direction in which her life ultimately went ended on a positive note, despite her missing eye. As their meeting comes to a close, the teacher receives a phone call from the elementary school, and she's told about the vice principal's ultimately fatal beating. She mentions the assault to Randy and Benson before seeing Benson's freshly injured knuckles. Benson then pulls his gun on her, but Randy tells Benson, don't do it. Don't do it. After which Benson takes Mrs. Beard hostage and plans to drive out of the... Oh my gosh. Oh my God. It's gone from 1 to 2. 2 hostages. Oy. That's crazy. That is an absolute wild movie. On Rotten Tomatoes, it's got an 80... Boy, that that photo is an interesting one, isn't it? It's got an 88% from critics, 75% from the audience, out of just over 100 ratings, 3.7 out of 5, so basically 4. Interesting. Problem with a film like this is that truly everything hinges on the script. Unfortunately, the script is blah. This movie makes you uncomfortable not only due to the graphic violence, which we saw a little bit of, but due to the psychological themes it explores. Very thought-provoking and engaging. Good performances, odd, unsettling movie, and ultimately a sad one. But one that ends on an upbeat. Okay. It's got a little Disney ending to it. Maybe not Disney level, but you know what I mean. Foundations of a great story are discernible. There are some fantastic performances, but the writing for a few crucial moments, as well as some resolutions, are underwhelming at best. Definitely a must-see. Don't let the weak dialogue and writing in the first 10 minutes throw you off. The movie's unsettling and well done. I've never hated a character more than the loathsome piece of trash that Benson is in this film. He embodied every incarnation of evil bully one can encounter from childhood. So you gave it a half of a star. Honestly, it deserves more than that because you were so vehemently hating that character. That tells me that character was good character piece, well written, maybe not the dialogue, but the character, certainly the actor pulled it off. That is what you should be doing to that character. So honestly, this is probably a misrating. They're probably just so against it because of they're against bullying or whatever, but really that's what the character was meant to be loathsome. So that's good acting. One of the best thrillers I've seen in years. The characters are so deep. Kyle Gallner's performance as the bully is as horrifying, and kidnapper, I suppose, is as horrifying as it is touching. Yeah, that's... Problem's not the acting, it's the writing. There's no story, there's no twist, no suspense. Interesting. It's criminal how little people know about this movie. It's stunning both visual and dialogue-wise. Wow. This person likes the dialogue. Everyone else hates it. This person likes it. That's interesting. Offers something different by way of a ending spree, I guess we'll call it. Even though it's a little haphazard, events play out by the seat of your burger worker's pants. Offers something different by the way of, violence, I suppose. Created a profile. Wow, this is the first time somebody left a review. Because this movie caught me by surprise. The acting was superb and the evolution of the characters was incredible. A sleeper hit. Yeah, if you can stand... obviously, if you can stand the violence. A lot of people can't handle that. Totally fine. If you can't handle that level of graphic violence, steer clear, right? But if you can handle it, it sounds like it's pretty interestingly thought-provoking and terrifying for what it is. Love it or hate it. So far, I've picked movies I've watched over the years, but today I'm going to pick one I just finished watching. I went into this movie completely blind. In truth, I only watched it because I like Kyle Gallner's acting in just about everything I've seen him in. Finished it without any regrets. It's a film that explores human emotion and complexities that come with it. In particular, human emotion during violent and emergency situations. Benson delivers very well in this film. From the opening scene, which is very reminiscent of Martyrs, 2008, clear this movie asks you to think and reflect on your own conflicts and how to handle those situations in your life. Benson represents an extreme side of the spectrum in his rampage, while Randy represents the complete opposite. Film wants you to compare yourself to both Randy and Benson as they drive around town in that spree. Randy, who's specifically pegged as a non-reactionist person by Benson, is the perfect juxtaposition to Benson and his rage. This allows you to see both sides very clearly and reflect on your own conflicts and resolutions. A near-perfect example of this is what Benson did to Mr. Shepard. While Randy was able to stop Benson from ending the principal there in the parking lot, the assault still resulted in the death of that vice principal. This is the first piece of information dropped that Randy concretes with his second-to-last line. Quote, "I was never in charge, Randy." But this very clearly illustrates there's no true resolution by being reactionist or non-reactionist. Very interesting. A point that is only hammered in harder mere moments later at the teacher's house, when Randy learns of how his incident in second grade ultimately pushed the teacher to be happier than before, minus one eye. Unfortunate. All of this leads to the penultimate moment in the diner. All right, we won't read the rest because who knows, maybe you want to see it. I love this movie for a handful of reasons. It's bloody. Okay, some people really like that, some people don't. It's entertaining and it makes you think. I love the way that they leave what Shepard did to Benson so vague. All right, this person says, loved it. The performances from the actors are amazing, especially the psycho, Kyle. It's what made me want to see him in more lead roles. Stumbled across this movie a couple months ago, never heard of it. Having no idea of the plot, I was hooked immediately. I'm definitely in love with the category, or in love with it. Been a long time since I had been so pleasantly surprised by a movie. Felt fresh and different. All right, this person said, I'd never heard of it, but recently watched Strange Darling, and I was very impressed by Kyle's acting, so I decided to watch this. I enjoyed it highly, and I think it's a layered movie that can be discussed and reflected on. Hopefully many people saw beyond the violence. Yeah, sometimes it's tough. Tough to see past that. If it's really, like, brutal. Ooh. Felt that Benson kept Randy alive because he saw that he was fixable, whereas he considered himself not. Randy reminded Benson of himself. They both experienced severe childhood trauma, but dealt with it in very, very different ways. Maybe you meant reactive and not reactionate. Absolutely love it. For some reasons, I'm almost sure that Mr. Shepard forced himself. Benson. That was one of the reasons why Benson's so cruel, at least behaves so sometimes. Maybe directors want to show how violence is born and how such patterns appear. I definitely get the same implication from the whole thing. I would say that is one of the things that directors wanted to push. Interesting. Okay. So they leave it vague, but that you can kind of infer it, I suppose. As someone with PTSD and AVP, I'm not exactly sure what that is. To say that I related to Randy as a character would be horrifying understatement. I spent 5 years of my life people-pleasing and undervaluing myself as a person, so much so that I kept returning to a fast food job where I watched my coworker get ended really violently 3 months in. Ooh, good grief. This job broke me down mentally and permanently altered my brain. I excused my complacency because I believed that I was incapable of achieving better for myself. This film really felt like a good slap to my mental CRTV. The day after I watched the film, I walked out of my job and reconnected with my high school art teacher and few friends I'd neglected. I finally redid my FAFSA, that's student aid, federal student aid that allows a lot of people to go to university here in the U.S. It's basically a loan. I will now be repursuing my degree in art education. I'll never watch this film again for obvious reasons, but I'd say it did a splendid job at lighting a fire under my rear end. Wow, what a post. Whoa. This movie literally changed this person's life, basically, or rearranged their priorities, or shook them awake. That's amazing. Obviously, it's not going to have that effect on everybody, but wow. That's interesting. I hope that's true. Of course, it's Reddit, so you never know, right? This movie has changed my perspective on life. I usually don't connect with lots of movies, but this one was different. Wow. Just finished it. My wife and I loved it. Different kind of feeling. Kind of wanted to know what Shepard did to Benson. I mean, you can assume it, I suppose. I liked it, but I kind of wish it went a little deeper with the characters, especially the relationship between Randy and Benson. You could tell that they missed out. It's one of those fun premise, terrible execution. Say it begins with Lawrence waking up and this guy who seems innocent enough turns out into a thriller because Chris Pratt's character is a crazy stalker, no question about it, in space. That would have been an interesting movie. I have no idea how anyone thought, hey, let's make the creepy creep the protagonist was a good idea. Wrong movie. OP is talking about the 2023 one. Oh my gosh, this person's posting about The Passengers with Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt. Very different movie. Very different movie. That's so funny. No Chris Pratt? I think that's Passengers. with a S. Yes, that is true. That is passengers with an S. That's so funny. All these posts are so thought-provoking and thoughtful and changed my life. It was interesting to watch, you know, once you get past the violence, of course, and then just a random out of left field. That's so funny. Interview actor Kyle Gallner delves into the intricacies of his film The Passenger. Has been acting since a teenager. Been in many movies over the years, including Jennifer's Body. Oh, The Finest Hours, and more recently, Scream and Smile. Oh, I've probably seen him multiple times then. I've seen three of those movies. In 2023, the actor released several amazing projects, but due to the SAG-AFTRA strike, was unable to discuss them. However, as soon as the strike was over, THN grabbed the opportunity. Blah, blah, blah. Let's jump into it. Let's see what we got here. It's kind of hard to read it in that. There we go. This will be easier. You seem to be drawn to characters with troubled paths. He said, I don't necessarily know if I'm drawn to those characters as much as sometimes I'm at the mercy of what I can get as an actor. True. And if you're good at portraying those characters, you're kind of pigeonholed. It's an unfortunate reality, right? People are like, oh, I like him in that. Oh, hey, I got a script of something like that. Give it to him. And then he's just like, all right, here we go again. It's tough, the audition process and all that. But that being said, I will say I do find characters like that interesting. I like characters that you can dig into. I like characters that have a lot going on. I like characters where there's a lot of world building you can create. I feel like with complex people and complex characters, you can get more specific. They're a challenge. Incredibly interesting. You have to dive into places you wouldn't necessarily go in everyday life. Audiences often respond better to these complex characters as there is often some kind of shared experience. I totally agree. I think especially in something like The Passenger, I think people watching it see a little bit of themselves in Randy and Benson, or much more of one or the other. But there is hopefully not too much of Benson. Good grief. But otherwise, I might just stay indoors 24/7. But there is something that I think everybody can relate to. We've all been Randy at one point, where we've all wanted to do a Benson. Maybe not to the extreme of the burger scene. It is relatable feelings, relatable emotions, feelings of helpless rage, wanting to be angry at the bully, or wishing I could stand up for myself, wishing I could talk back to my family, or wishing I was in a better situation. I think people tend to relate to characters' hardships more than like, oh, I climbed that mountain too. I had a great time, just like that guy. That's not to say it doesn't happen, but I think the things that draw out the real human emotion is what the audience is going to latch on to more. Interesting. So a little dark. A little darkness is relatable. I think that's understandable. We all have, I wouldn't say urges or fantasies, but we all have moments of the dark. We definitely do. Some more than others. But it usually passes, obviously. Otherwise, the world would be even more different than it is. Let's see. One of the main challenges is, how do I get audiences to not just hate Benson? Because you should hate Benson for what he's done. But at the same time, outside of the really horrible event at the beginning, there is so much to relate to with Benson. That's always the challenge of playing somebody like that. How do you make them relatable and not just crazy, right? If you're twisting your mustache and doing bad guy stuff, I mean, yeah, that can be fun depending on the movie, but that's not what this film is. It's much more of a character piece. So it's made to make you think. In spite of Benson's horrific crime, there's an opportunity for the audience to feel for him. It's so tricky because at the same time, Benson never stood a chance. He's just one of those kids who never had a chance. And as effed up as it is, we've all had that bully fantasy. We've all gone to some effed up places, just like I said. That's not saying you should act on them. Right. But there are these relatable moments in the film. As bad as Benson is in those moments, you get to know him, his life. You get to learn about his past a little bit. Then you also see like how he genuinely cares for Randy, how he really does think that he's doing something good in his own really messed up way. He starts to become, that's kind of like Dexter, where it's like, yeah, he's a serial ender, but he does it to bad people. So it's gray area. He starts to become this, or that was at least my goal. He starts to, in a weird way, become a very relatable character. The same for Randy. You can really start to see yourself in both in the crazy situation. It's bizarrely a very tender moment, or movie in a weird way. First 20 minutes are incredibly intense. It really does become a film, kind of a tender film in some ways. Still really heavy and dark. Okay, that's good to know. Don't expect it to go light. And I think sometimes funny and incredibly effed up, but I think it's definitely not as on the nose as I think some people expected going into the film. Yeah, I think that is a wild decision to start the first 20 minutes being just brutal. And then you kind of get through it, and then you're like, oh, okay, this is something. We got something here. Kind of reminds me of, I know this is not related in subject matter at all, but kind of reminds me of Saving Private Ryan. The opening of that movie is D-Day and the landing of the Americans on Omaha Beach, and it is brutality. Just the worst war recreation you've ever seen. Just brutal. But after you get through it, you're like, oh, this is a really good story. We got characters here. We got backstories. We're figuring it out. Like, but that first initial scene is just, whoa. If you can make it through it, you kind of earn the rest of it. So that might be what this is like. You mentioned the first 20 minutes being tough to get through. It's like Dinner in America all over again. I guess that must be another Kyle tick box along with damaged characters. But the opening here is far more brutal than Dinner in America. That burger scene, this burger scene's infamous at this point, is so visceral and jarring. They sent me the film to watch, and I mean I watched it, and it was like, I think Johnny said the same thing, but I paused when it was over. I was like, holy crap. I knew what was going to happen, and it still rocked me. It's a really intense, jarring scene. Carter did an amazing job in the film, but that scene in particular is out of control. It feels so real, and with the speed of it happening, that's what makes it so scary. It's just a decision, and it's done. Wow. That's a fascinating way to start a movie, isn't it? That's got to be interesting. If just for watching that initial opening of the movie, that might be totally worth it. If you're able to handle that stuff. Good grief. Ay. Seems to be a mirror between Benson and Randy. 100%. I think in Benson's mind, he knows, especially when he takes Randy, he knows it's over. He knows for him, it's done. At the end of the day, whatever happens, whatever plan he has, this is it. Benson thinks, I'm going to take whatever moment this is and whatever time I have to make sure this kid doesn't end up like I ended up, because he's not completely doomed yet. I think in Benson's mind, he just knows he's doomed. Yeah, absolutely. Interesting. What a weird dynamic between those two. Because obviously you are legitimately kidnapped. Like, the other person has a weapon. They're taking you on this ride. If you try to get away, it's implied that you're going to get it, right? But in a weird way, the guy who's doing that thinks he's saving you and helping you. And it's just so confusing and off-putting and tragic and all in the, oh my gosh. That's crazy. A lot of the movie's pretty quiet and pretty intimate. It's been funny to read people's takes on it, on the intimacy of the film. A lot of people are like, why don't they just kiss? I thought it was just such an intuitive and cool take on male intimacy and friendship, because in a way it turns into this effed up buddy road trip movie. That's funny. That is so funny. Very interesting. Oh, I think Benson's cardigan's key too. It's the fluffy thing, which looks completely out of character with his personality. Yeah. It's a combination of that and a combination of look at me, F you, I dare. It's a two-parter. It's like when it's like with the rabbit shirt and everything. I mean, he's loud in everything he does. Not necessarily loud vocally, but there's always a challenge. That's very interesting. Yeah, I think there was a pic. Yeah. He's wearing this, and you're like, wait, what? What did he just do? This person's like captive, and he's wearing like this fluffy cardigan. Like, what's happening? It's just very funny. Oh my gosh. What a wild edit that turned out to be. You never know. You never know. I'm glad that was requested by a member of ToddReacts.com. That was very interesting. And I'm assuming that movie, that first 20 minutes is just mind-bending. Because it just hits you with it, apparently. Whoa. That's one of those, and I'm sure you've been in this situation where you've left a movie, maybe a movie theater, maybe on your couch, you ended it, and then you just kind of sat there, and you're just like taking it all in. You're like, how do I interpret this? What do I think about this? That was an experience. I'm betting it's one of those. It's one of those where you just kind of sit and you go, how do I make sense of that? What did I just do? What was that? That's always a good experience. That's always a good experience. It's usually never like, that movie was awful, and you're sitting there in silence. No, it's usually you're thinking. You're like, what was that? Did I like that? I guess I did. What did I think of that? It's just amazing, those situations. I think I had that with Inception. Definitely had that with Inception. Had it with Interstellar. Any sort of movie that's kind of confusing or it just makes you think. It makes you put yourself in that situation. You're like, what? Huh? What a The Passenger. Never heard of it. Seems very interesting. I would watch it. I might watch it. But that first 20 minutes is probably just rough. Rough to watch. If the main actor who played Benson was like, yeah, I watched it and I paused it because I was just like, that was really intense. Like if the main actor's like, that's too intense, that's got to be wild. Absolutely wild. Oh my gosh. Then again, Blumhouse or Blumhouse, however it's pronounced, they put out some pretty crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. So I'm sure it's interesting. Definitely. Let's move on to, wow, tone change completely. Complete tone change. This is what these streams and what this channel is known for. Just a roller coaster of emotions. We're moving on to Zoey and Max, Always Be Loving You from Zoey's playlist. Zoey's extraordinary playlist. What a shift. What a shift. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's wild. All right. Let's feel the love. Feel the love. Oh, that's so weird. If you jumped into this, I'm talking to future you. If you jumped into this at the Zoey Extraordinary Playlist timestamp, which I will be putting, boy, you just missed something wild. Wild. Oh my gosh. What a tone shift. Okay. Whew. Come on. Let's move on. Let's wash that cheery love, all that stuff. Look at the thumbnail. It's beautiful. Okay. Let's go.
Life works in mysterious ways, Zoey. It's all about timing. You don't know what's going to happen. Love could be right around the corner.
It's true.
There she is.
It's very true.
Max?
Hey, Zoe. Hey, Zoe. Everyone knows we're friends. We've been friends since the day we met at company orientation.
And Max Richmond.
Is it too early to say friend for life?
I just got lost in your smile. I think you already
Everyone knows you have a big old crush on Zoey.
I was pulled in by your
The
dancing.
duetting partner you've always wanted but didn't know you needed.
It made me realize that I need more Max in my life. You were there for me tonight when I least expected it. No one else would have done that for me.
I'm here if you need me. Always.
How can you claim to care about me, to be my friend, when you knew how I felt all this time and said nothing?
I am not good with feelings and emotions, and this is just a lot for me to handle.
Okay, well, you can't just leave me hanging.
I don't want to lose you. Why is the universe testing me all the time?
All of the music had faded.
Maybe is the universe telling you you need to stop avoiding it?
I just feel like the universe keeps pointing me to Max.
You know what's interesting about this? It's kind of giving me 500 Days of Summer vibes, where he was just so focused on this one person, Summer. And she was just like, yeah, I'm not there. Like, it's kind of giving me that a little bit.
It does for a reason.
At this point.
You know, you have to make choices in life.
Well, yeah, I just feel like life is short.
Right or wrong. So.
It's true.
Why'd you do that?
Because I felt like it.
But I'm so tired of storming out of fights with you.
You can't keep doing this.
I really screwed things up with Max.
It's as much a love story as it is a loss.
It wouldn't be life without a little bad timing.
Life is full of surprises
and mistakes.
But you never take the risks.
I'm gonna have to learn not be afraid to take risks. I am not gonna be scared anymore.
I can't know what's going on in your head. And maybe there'll always be this power imbalance between the two of us. You always have a secret window into my brain, and I would love to know what you're feeling. But I don't care.
I'm not gonna run away from you because I'm afraid of feeling too much.
Zoey's special. She deserves to be with a good guy.
It's not just about being with anyone, it's about being with you.
She will be. One day.
I want to be with you.
My best friend.
Somehow, together, we will find a way to make it work.
Aw.
'Cause it's us.
Beautiful edit. Beautiful. Good song choice. Great cuts. Oh my gosh. Adorable. Very adorable. And, you know, life is very confusing. Love life, very confusing. If it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. Just is what it is. Some people do have it easy. And, you know, we can be forever jealous. But, you know, life takes turns. And you gotta just navigate them the best you can. Obviously, risk-taking is part of it. It just is what it is. No easy... Not me quoting the Rocky IV song for the montage. There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut home. I think it fits. I think it fits. Let's go ahead and look into some information of Zoey's playlist. We did a little bit before, but let's go ahead and look a little bit further. Each episode features multiple song and dance numbers that develop the storyline, with each cast member singing their own character's songs. I like that. I like that. If it was just songs to be songs, it wouldn't hold as much weight. But because it does, like, move the story along, like, that's great. The fact that Roku officially commissioned a 2-hour holiday film, that's amazing. Amazing. Obviously, let's see here. Response was overwhelmingly positive, 76% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, 34 reviews of the first season. Though it hits the occasional sour note, which you're not going to please everybody for, everything. It just is what it is. Zoey's extraordinary playlist manages to carry a pretty enjoyable tune, thanks in large part to the always charming Jane Levy. Metacritic. This person said the show cleverly tackles pent-up emotions and storylines through song. Yeah, it seems like there was a lot of things that weren't said. And eventually we got there, right? But yeah, it's just one of those internal screaming, like, be with me! It's classic. Absolutely classic. Zoey's extraordinary playlist. Yes, the musical series is cheesy, but it's also glorious lockdown escape. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I keep forgetting that was a thing. That was a thing 5 years ago. Whoa. Unapologetically camp, but the show also dives deeper to deliver a joyful exploration of life through music. Strange and mournful times. Yeah. Very, very weird times were had by all there. In high school, I was a musical theater tragic. While I made room for ordinary teenage angst through soaring 90s ballads, I had hopeless aspirations for the stage and would belt out tracks from the Phantom of the Opera in my bedroom with much more passion than professionalism. That's funny. I suppose it was inevitable that I finally gave in to the musical comedy series, Zoey's Extraordinary Playlist. As a writer, lockdown hasn't changed my work life in practical terms, but the collective grim mood allows us to indulge ourselves a little different. While I applaud the craft of dark shows like Ozark, in my relentless state, I wanted to escape from reality, which is probably why a lot of us were watching Squid Game and Tiger King. Remember that? Tiger King. What? How that gripped the world is just insane to me. Modern screen musicals are a mixed bag. Remember Soundtrack? But the synopsis for Zoey suggested this one could trick me out of my cynicism following an odd mishap in an MRI machine. Titular woman becomes privy to people's hidden desires and wishes, which they unconsciously perform. Only to her. Through song. Basically, they go full musical. All types of people, strangers, workmates, family, breaking out into number, choreographed included, expressing their true emotions in glorious, glossy Technicolor. Cheesy and wince-inducing? Oh yeah, big time. It's a confected musical for adults, but performed like a high school production, so High School Musical. But when they're not singing, the characters are navigating a world that expects stoicism and forces them to invent versions of themselves. So it's also a bit melancholy and tragic. Interesting. That's right. I thought, Mandy Moore, the singer? No, the choreography arranged by Mandy Moore of La La Land, not the singer. May be cringeworthy, but the singing is lovely. You'll be hitting up Shazam without shame. Shazam has come in handy a couple times for me. What song is this? What's playing? When we first meet Zoey's family, their focus is on her ailing father, Mitch, Peter Gallagher, which great actor from the OC, played Seth's dad. We just talked about Seth previously. Once vibrant man, now wheelchair-bound and mute due to progressive supranuclear palsy. Interesting. They take steps to improve his communication, but ultimately are helpless And the show deals with how incurable illness can stretch a tight family with realism and empathy. There's no happy cure in sight for Mitch, his attentive wife Maggie, or his kids, who have no idea how they will manage life without their father's steady presence. Discussions, the fatigue, the ways in which they try to maintain ordinary life amid extraordinary circumstances have a refreshing authenticity to them. The emotional peak of our introduction to Zoe's bewildering new talent is when Mitch, witnessing his daughter's struggle, comes to life to sing Cyndi Lauper's True Colors. Comedy and pathos join forces here to demonstrate that sometimes the only way to deal is to reach for what feels true, even when we can't say things out loud. My emotional response surprised me. My father, the writer of this article, was diagnosed with kidney failure years ago. While the conditions are vastly different, there are common threads. Chronic illness is not always a large moment. It's quiet, soulful, undercurrent, forcing you into a new normal. Very true. You adapt, but there's always more to unpack. Yes. Yep. Lots of emotions. I can say that from experience. Forgettable should be forgotten numbers aside. The silliness gets balanced out by a self-awareness that, yes, this is all a bit crazy. Zoey, after all, knows that no one else sees what she does, and she learns to adapt. Interesting. Max is one of the main characters, obviously. Best friend and former coworker of Zoey, Max started working at the firm 5 years prior to the pilot, where he met Zoey at orientation. Season 2 entered a partnership with Mo for the restaurant. Max grew up somewhere on the East Coast. I think we've read enough through these that I won't go over them, but you can kind of see a little bit more if you would like. She was promoted to her job as executive manager of the 4th floor. As she learns to live with her new powers, Zoey learns a great deal about empathy and understanding emotions. So it's a very emotional journey that Zoey is on, which kind of seems on par for that relationship with Max. Like, it's just kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing. Keep your distance. I'm just doing my own thing. And then she eventually is just like, oh, I got to take risks. I got to take this risk. It's right in front of me. It's right there. It seems good. Though the powers start as an annoyance, over time they help her cope with the difficult process of losing her father to progressive supranuclear palsy. Yeah, she's also going through that. So that definitely clouds a few things, doesn't it? I can say that from experience as well. Zoey's extraordinary playlist, very relatable. 10 moments in season 2 that proved Max and Zoey are endgame. When she chose to be with him following the death of her father, Zoey needed, not so spoiler, I mean, you knew it was coming, I guess. Zoey needed some alone time to process her grief. Understandable. This left the love triangle she was involved with up in the air, but in season 2, she made a choice and stuck with it. After Max gifted her with a ring that represented her superpower and gave her space to grieve, she decided he was the only one she wanted to be with. The two shared a kiss in her childhood bedroom and declared themselves officially boyfriend and girlfriend. When they sang a duet, because of Zoey's musical superpowers, she could hear everything that Max was thinking and feeling as they prepared to be intimate for the first time. Hello. This poised as a distraction to the both of them and resulted in a lot of tension and frustration. To solve the problem, Zoey decided to duet Max as he sang A Moment Like This by Kelly Clarkson to her, evening the playing field and letting him know that hearing his heart song wasn't going to negatively impact the relationship. Moment was brilliant and breathtaking, cementing the two as true soulmates. Their mature breakup, oh boy. Zoey's nightmares in episode 3 made it hard for her to focus on her relationship with Max, and she kept all her feelings to herself instead of sharing them with her boyfriend. Max became increasingly frustrated that Zoey could hear him, but he had no insight into what she was thinking. After an emotional rendition of Say Something, Zoey realized that they needed to take a pause. We were on a break. The two mutually called it off and agreed to remain friends. His birthday present to her. Even though they were no longer dating and their friendship was a little strained, to say the least, Max still showed up to Zoey's 30th birthday with a thoughtful gift no one else could have given her. I brought you a peace offering, also known as a birthday present. He got her a framed record of the song they duetted back in episode 2 of a forever reminder of the time their hearts connected through song. Now that is cheesy, but the good kind of cheese. It's all right. It's all right to enjoy a cheesy show, movie, whatever, every once in a while. We all have that time where we're just like, I could use a little cheese. Just pile it up. It was meaningful enough for Zoey to hang on the wall in her apartment, even as she began dating Simon. Ooh. Yikes. If I'm Simon, I'm feeling a kind of way about that. If I find out what it is. Almost indicating that Max would never fully leave her heart. Yeah, as Simon, that's brutal. As Max, that's endearing. The reactions to the Bay Breakers. For the first double date with their respective partners, Zoey and Max attended the San Francisco Bay Breakers, despite neither of them being big fans of costumes or running. Oh, so it's like a costume marathon thing. Bay to Breakers. Zoey realized that Max was in the same boat as her when everyone competing in the race performed Don't Stop Me Now while he stood there unfazed. It was a reminder to Zoey that she and Max had a lot in common, and maybe weren't as happy in their romantic relationships as they'd been letting on. The entire flashback episode. Season 2, episode 12, went back in time and showed viewers the very first day, Zoey's first day, including a health scare with her mother, first time she met her future best friend, Max. Episode was monumental for the shippers, as it gave even more insight into their friendship and feelings for one another. It also gave, like how he gave up the coder job for her and was adored by Zoey's father, Mitch, from the moment he met him. Ooh, that probably plays a role in there, I would say. When he told her the truth about the job, despite fans learning that Max gave up the job for Zoey years ago, present-day Zoey still had absolutely no idea. At least not until Max's going-away party when Danny Michael Davis revealed the truth to her, something she refused to fully believe and process until she confronted him about it. Max confessed to the selfless act, but assured her that he didn't just give her the job because he liked her, he gave it up for her because she wanted it and deserved it much more than him, and that he always believed in her. Boy, that cheese is coming on. The cheese is there. It's a heavy portion of cheese. His appearance in her dream. Before Max left for New York, Zoey had a dream where she asked her deceased father what she should do. He encouraged her to follow her heart and live her life to its absolute fullest, something she's been failing to do. Max appeared looking onward at Zoey in her dream, proving once again that he was the one thing on her mind when she couldn't let go of. Interesting. When he came back for her, even though Zoey heard Max sing When a Man Loves a Woman at the airport and assumed it was a song about Rose, viewers figured out he was actually singing about Zoey. When Zoey sat in the park at their sport, lamenting about their future, Max appeared behind her and revealed that he didn't go with Rose to New York. In fact, he couldn't, because they both knew he was still carrying a torch for his best friend. Isn't that parallel to, what else is that from? Isn't that Friends? Where somebody didn't go to Paris or somebody didn't go to New York, or I can't remember. I feel like I've heard that storyline before of somebody not moving somewhere or not going on a trip or something like that. Just struggling with that, but I know I've heard this storyline before. When she sang him a heart song, Zoey's fans were thrown for a loop when Zoey attempted to confess her love for Max and was interrupted by her very own heart song. Beautiful rendition of I Melt With You that only he could hear. It's unclear whether or not Zoe's powers transferred to Max or they share the same ability. But one thing is for certain, that kind of connection can only be shared by two people who are deeply in love. Wow, that's a big moment. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. That was a, we'll call that a palate cleanser from the Passenger video. I hope you enjoyed that. All right, let's move on to the final member-requested, ToddReacts.com, member-requested video of the week. It is AmazingPhil, The Wardrobe. That's the title, The Wardrobe. So I don't know what's going on here. I'm assuming it's some sort of introduction to a closet or something with clothes. The description does say, me and Dan try and build a wardrobe. This is from 12 years ago. 12 years ago. Wow. July 30th, 2012. Whoa. Look at those hairstyles. Look at the thumbnail. My thumbnails are not great. But that is an interesting one. It looks like they were cut out by Microsoft Paint, honestly. And it might have. It's a classic from when they just moved to London. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's jump into it. Let's see what's going on.
Hi guys, so as you can see I'm surrounded by a sea of boxes, which can only mean one thing. I finally moved to London. Level up. Yay, I can almost smell the Queen. She smells good. Well, if you're sad about us leaving the old apartment, I'm sure you will like this one, and I will do a tour, but we don't have any stuff at the moment. So here is a preview with some hidden disguises.
Ooh. This editing
anyway,
is
as this flat is completely unfurnished, me and Dan need to build a wardrobe. So I thought I'd bring you along with us so you could share our failure at basic life skills.
This is very topical. I'm moving too.
So we're going to try and build a wardrobe.
This should be fun.
How are we going to do this?
I feel like I was removing some underwear from a giant lady.
This arrow is so iconic.
And then it explodes into a million splinters.
How does a wardrobe have this many pieces? I thought there was only 4.
Like a pretty bride.
You look like Mother Teresa.
Palpatine.
Mother Teresa in Star Wars.
Zoom, zoom. Right, let's just
There's
2 mirrors. What? Double mirror. All the way. Across this carpet.
You know what they say about 2 mirrors on top of each other?
We're gonna have mirror babies.
Ow, ow, ow.
No! No, Phil, you're literally getting it everywhere right now.
Sorry. Hello! Oh, these are the worst instructions ever.
It's like, step 1, do 56 things.
Step 1, build the wardrobe. That's the instructions.
Oh my gosh. Step 1, put in these 20 screws. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's brutal. That's brutal. Barely any instructions there. It's basically complete at step 4. Oh. If you've ever put together any sort of IKEA furniture, it's kind of similar to that, but even worse, honestly.
Woo! Piece 1! Okay, what do we do with piece 1?
Eat it.
Don't do that.
What's going on, folkloring? Glad you're here.
I am man.
I'm fearing for my life. 6.
Is it actually? Phil, do you have any idea what that did? No. Okay, no, gut. If you're under 12, stop watching.
I didn't know what I was doing.
And by 12, I mean 18.
Does it go in this hole?
That's what she said. Yeah.
There's only one hole.
That's what she said.
Look at that.
And no one died. How miraculous. Did you just say it's not staying up?
Yeah.
Oh, but this couldn't be full of more euphemisms if you were trying.
I love how this was definitely the era of That's What She Said from Michael in The Office.
It's not though.
What can we do?
I don't know.
You could give it a lap dance. Pull out. It's not straight. Pull it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Or it's just 2. Just better say 3. 3!
Okay, how many in the hole?
2 at the same time.
It's a race.
It's not a race, Phil. It's about how much of a good job you do, not how quickly you can finish.
Oh. I've already finished. I feel like we should be wearing bandanas.
Why?
Because we're
because all f***ing carpenters wear bandanas, don't they?
You do?
I think of a man assembling a sofa and bandana comes to mind.
Which way?
Pivot.
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 This way.
Pivot.
Where are we going?
Pivot.
Ah!
Friends shout out.
Do we need a screwdriver?
I guess that is helpful, unless you want to screw them in with your nose. Screwing montage. What should I play?
Midnight Sonata.
Midnight Sonata.
Phil, I've done half of my montage music, and you're still on the same screw.
It's hard work, Dan.
Phil, this is taking too long. Oh, you're done?
Yeah.
Thank God. Loud piano lid. Flipping time. What the hell?
I'm telling you, having a drill with a screwdriver bit is so helpful.
Do you reckon once this is built, we'll be able to go to Narnia?
The fact they managed to actually build it surprises. Yeah.
Whoa! It's being born. Hey! It's starting to look like a wardrobe.
Yay!
It's looking like it, yeah. Big time.
Phil's got wood.
No, but look. I am Woodman.
You must be very proud of yourself.
Woodman.
Okay.
Hello.
Screw them. Where's the screwdriver? Why do you keep leaving things? Why do you leave everything? Isn't that bandana sort of like a health and safety issue?
My 2 brain cells, one of them's actively trying to lead it, Dan, and the other one is just randomness.
No, it's my man band. I've never heard anything more flamboyantly homosexual said in my entire life.
Okay,
You have fun with your man band.
I'll do a screen montage on the piano.
Do you know any songs that require pressing 2 keys in at the same time?
Yeah, this is called Dan Smells. You're welcome.
It's like a moth.
No, don't. We should do the swing test and see if it...
No.
Oh my gosh.
Have you seen the colour on the back of the mirrors?
Ew.
It'd be so funny if they attached it and the mirrors were on the inside. Although it could work with the mirrors on the inside. I'm not exactly sure if... Honestly, now that I think about it, it would kind of work with the mirrors on the inside. So you swing it open and you get 2 mirrors on either side and you get to like take out clothes and whatnot. You can look both ways, see how it looks in different directions. Kind of makes sense like that too.
We built a wardrobe. Yeah, we built a wardrobe. Yeah, we built a wardrobe.
Well, that was
Well
beautiful.
done. Well
also,
done.
if you didn't know, me and Dan are doing a talent search for Radio 1's Fun and Filth Cabaret, and there's only about 3 days left to enter. So if you've got some kind of crazy talent, please send a link of a video to Phil and Dan at bbc.co.uk, or you could just post a video response below. And if we like your audition, you could be in the show, which would be awesome. Today's Draw Phil Naked is...
Oh my gosh.
And I'm going to go unpack some more boxes, and I will see you next week with an exciting contest. Yes. Bye, guys.
Oh my gosh. This is so yesteryear YouTube. It's crazy. Dan's just cleaning up, minding his own business.
Filming? Okay, we're gonna wobble it. So, Phil? Phil? Phil?
The jump is beautiful. As soon as he sees him, he just starts smiling and laughing.
As if you got in the wardrobe.
Oh my gosh. What a blast from the past. That's what the original videos are like? Oh my gosh. This is before YouTube had that standard of... I think this is before monetization, when they were all just like... Or maybe it been slightly after, but wherever it is. I assume this is before they're like, you got to hit 10 minutes or you don't get a mid-roll ad. So every video became at least 10 minutes. But yeah, this is just so old school. It's amazing. There's such a beautiful, like, homegrown element to it. Like, it's not overproduced. It's very funny editing, just at a rudimentary level. They're just hanging out, doing a project. It's so beautiful. Part of me is just like, yeah, this is what YouTube should be, you know? And then it got super corporatized and all that stuff, but there's still content like this, I assume. I don't see much of it, like not requested, much of it recommended to me by YouTube. Like, they almost bury it for some reason. How far they've come. Indeed. Wow. What a difference. Dang. Beautiful. Throw that some love. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some love yourself. Maybe you've already seen it and you've already loved it. I love that video. That's awesome. That's really cool. This is very interesting. This is the oldest, probably the oldest Dan and Phil video I've ever seen. Yeah, reacted to. Wow. It's so simple and personable and chaotic. And it's just such a blast from the past. It's so interesting to look at. Literally, 2 brain cells. One of them's determined to get it done, and the other one's just messing around. Classic. Wow. Even the outfits, yeah. Absolutely. Like, do you think they purposely were like, I'm going to wear this shirt. I'm going to wear these shorts? No, they probably just had what they were going to wear anyway, probably. Like, I don't think there was a lot of thought that went into, like, this is the outfit I'm going to wear for the video. Like, it was very much just like slice of life. You know, we're going to put this together and film it. So we can, you know, crack jokes and have fun and show people we're having fun. Dan's leather t-shirt. I'll request something related to that next month. Oh my gosh. Oh, that ending bit was so funny. What a shirt. Wow. I mean, that is just hilarious. Just hilarious. This ending bit was just perfect. The face of just, I can't believe that just happened. And then Phil just utter kid energy. Utter kid energy there. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. I will throw that link for those of you watching live in the chat. There you go. Unbelievable. Oh, that was a nice way to end it, wasn't it? Happy, funny, just simplicity to it. I can definitely see why they garnered such an audience. Like, it's so relatable. So extremely relatable. I'm sure we've all been in this situation where we're trying to put together some bit of furniture and it's just looking at the instructions. Oh God, what is this? Why didn't they put 3 more pages in this booklet to make it, you know, somewhat legible, somewhat understandable? But, oh my gosh, teamwork makes the dream work indeed. They're just what's interesting is, you know, that old saying, opposites attract. I'm trying to think, like, are they truly opposites? Like, yes, the energy is a little different, I would say, but their humor is so spot on with each other. It's kind of amazing. Like, they know how to play off each other so well. So well. And there's enough difference where it makes it interesting and, you know, different and stuff like that. It's very, very cool. It's easy to see why people latched onto them and why they latched onto each other in whatever way you want to put that. Oh my gosh. In a lot of ways, they're opposites, but also not really. Yeah, kind of. That's kind of what I'm getting. Very cool. It's not hard to see why they're popular. That is apparent, even from a 7-minute, 49-second video of just putting together a wardrobe. It's just simple fun. Simple fun. Very cool. Wow. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. That was lovely. Certainly, if you have more information on Dan and Phil and you want to put that into the Discord, we can use that, be a part of the stream and whatnot. We're kind of having some trouble coming up with more links and stuff to articles or maybe bits of information. Maybe some added lore would be kind of cool. Certainly help us out with that. Greatly appreciate it. I'm assuming we're going to get more Dan and Phil. It sounds like Folkloring is going to provide that. So very excited for it. Very excited. If you'd like to request your own videos and literally guide the stream, toddreacts.com. Follow the Twitch channel if you want to join these fine people in chat. Join us live. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I was looking for the word and I found it. I was just a little late. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you'd like the algorithm to show you these videos on your homepage. The Discord is available, as I mentioned. It's free. It's awesome. Over 240 of you have already joined. Friends have been made, all that good stuff. Join us. We have interesting conversations. I'm in there constantly looking at conversations and joining when I can. And yeah, check out the merch. Available right now, 15% off for members. Ships worldwide. Worldwide. I hope you all have a tremendous weekend. Do something fun. Do something interesting. Enjoy the summer if it's summer there. If it's winter, I don't know. Find something interesting to do inside, maybe. Stay safe out there, and I will see you back here on Wednesday. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.